Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Here's what's coming up on the Owen Report today. Well, let me just warn you of this. We may be firing a lot from the hip today. I've got the news. I've got the spread of the news. We've got geopolitical news. We've got developments in D.C. We got more Epstein stuff. We got clips from the Hill. The members of the House committee that got to see the unredacted files. We'll see their comments. We'll look at some of those developments. But, I got to tell you today, guys, I'm so fed up with all of it. I'm so fed up with all of it. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it during the intro, but I think we're gonna be waxing about how sick and damn tired of it. I think we all are, quite frankly. I think we all are. So we're gonna have a little decompression today. Would be a good way to put it. We're gonna release the valve. We're going to be firing a lot from the hip, but we do have the news. J.D. Vance in the news. What is this new poll about? And why is it so important? American optimism slumps to record low. Huh? Now I'm gonna show you some other surrounding things that explain this. American optimism slumps to record low. Oh, but, this isn't supposed to be the case. It's supposed to be the golden age, everything. Now, what's really going on? What's really going on with that? So, yeah, all right, a bunch of Epstein stuff. We have a couple of raw emails, a couple of raw Epstein files. I can't do it again. We did it 6 straight shows. I can't do it today. And I don't think it's really necessary anymore. I don't think it's really necessary anymore. I think we got the gist of it. I think we got the gist of what's going on with the Epstein files. So we do have a couple of more raw files. We do have a couple other news stories relating it all. So we're going to try to not spend too much time on that, quite frankly, but we will cover it. We do have some geopolitical news. The United States military has struck another drug boat. Netanyahu's on his way to D.C. for the record 6th time. And oh, lo and behold, guess who is now selling oil to Israel? Venezuela. Aha. Aha. Yeah, the Lutnick thing. We got Lutnick testifying today. Folks, I'm just so done. I'm just so fed up with it all. I just can't take it anymore. I can't take the political punditry. Anyway, I'm hoping we have the sound issue figured out from yesterday. Who knows? There was no engineering aspect. I ran all the troubleshooting. There was no engineering aspect of why it wasn't playing the sound. So I don't know. We don't get sound today. I'm not even going to be mad. I'm just not even going to be mad. We'll just go to super chats or something. But man, oh man. It's likely you never heard the name. You never heard the name Carrie Prejean Bowler until yesterday. And why is that? Because she dared, as a Catholic, as a white Catholic woman, she dared not be bullied and intimidated by a bunch of Zionists on a religious freedom panel. And so now all the attack dogs are against Carrie Prejean Bowler today. But when you understand what's really going on, well, you understand what's really going on. So we'll cover that a little bit. Hey, guys. Just for a little, because, come on, we need a little pressure release today. All right. U.S. women's hockey beating Canada 4-0 in the third period. That just feels good.
This news update was brought to you by OwenSchroyer.store, the official site for Owen Report merchandise.
All right, guys, listen up. Do not be a victim. Do not be a victim to online predators that want to steal your private information and sell it to crooks on the internet. Don't be a victim. Go to patriot-protect.com/Owen. That's patriot-protect.com/Owen. Now, let me tell you from a personal experience why this is such an important service for you and your family. My private information was posted online. I was doxxed. It led to all kinds of issues. I was swatted multiple times, harassment, not just of me, but of my family. Look, I'm a public figure. You know, you take certain risks. There's things that come along with it. But I made that choice, not my family. And I had multiple members, multiple households, my family, that was also stalked and harassed because of this, because of these online predators. So I went with Patriot Protect, and you can too. Patriot-protect.com/Owen. Here's the deal. They will find all the private information that you don't want out there on the internet, and they will scrub it from the internet. They will make sure your address, phone number, and anything else that could lead to you or your family is scrubbed off the internet so that crooks and predators can't get access to it. Not only that, that's not where the service ends. That's only where it begins. Their service team then runs 24/7 around the clock to make sure that that information does not pop up again online. And if it does, they're right there waiting to strike it back down. This is how you can protect yourself from online predators. This is how you can protect your private information that you did not agree to be bought and sold, that you do not want to be used against you by these freaks online that want to torment you, steal your identity, harass you, whatever goes on with these crooks. You've heard it before. Don't let it happen to you. Go to patriot-protect.com/Owen. Right now, you can get 15% off a yearly subscription with promo code Owen. You heard me right. 15% off a yearly subscription with promo code Owen at patriot-protect.com/Owen. What are you waiting for? Protect your private information, protect yourself, protect your family. This is a necessary service in the year 2026. Patriot-protect.com/Owen. Coupon code Owen for 15% off a yearly subscription.
On the cutting edge of news and analysis, the Owen Report with Owen Schroyer.
All right, guys. As I kind of teased in the opening here, we might be firing a lot from the hip today. I don't know how much I can really focus on the news. I'm kind of sick of it all, I got to tell you. I'm sick of the political pundits. I'm sick of the politicos. I'm sick of the left versus the right. I'm sick of the Republicans and the Democrats. I'm sick of everybody trying to put me in a box and label me something. I'm just sick of it all. And you know what? I've been sick of it all. But it's not so subtle of a reminder when we're sitting here, our government is still corrupt, violating the Constitution, violating our rights every day. The war machine rages on. The pedophile networks aren't shut down. And I've got to sit here and go into the land of the lost with all these freaks and geeks, the politicos, the pundits, the Republicans, the Democrats, the left, the right, the holier than thou, the Catholics, the Jews, the Muslims. I'm sick of all of it. I'm so sick of all of it. And I know I'm not alone. Don't put us in your boxes. Don't drag us into the mud with you. We've transcended you. You guys are still stuck in the matrix. You guys are still playing the games that they want you to play. And I'm just sitting here watching it reach new levels of insanity in the last 24 hours. And it's like, yeah, I can try to wrap my head around it. I can try to understand it. And maybe we do. Maybe we've got a pretty good idea of why things happen, why things don't happen. I'm just done. I'm just sick of all of you. What are you doing? The left versus the right, the Republicans versus the Democrats, all these different religious stuff. It's like, what are we doing? What happened to MAGA? What happened to America First? What happened to Drain the Swamp? What happened to the deep state criminals? What happened? What in the hell happened? So here we are. It's like we've actually gone back in time. It's like we've gone back in time and somebody's hit the reset button and all the levels that we climbed, so many people just failed and now they're back on the first level. Not here, though. Not here. Not this audience. Not the listeners of this show. Not the people in the chat. Not the people that call in. Not the guests. And shout out to the sponsors, too, keeping this show real, keeping it free. I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at all the different infighting, all the different political punditry, all the different boxes they try to put you in. So tiresome, man. But I guess not everybody's meant to be at this level. I guess not everybody is cut out to get to this level. They can't get here, and so they fail and they fall back down and they're back to level one. Now I got a bunch of different things I can try to bring this up to relative speed as far as the current events are concerned. But, you know, can I read a poem? Would that be too inappropriate today to read a poem? Speaks to me today. Speaks to me today. Thought it might speak to you. So just bear with me. I've met some people along the way. Some of them split, some of them stay. Some of them walk, some walk on by. I've got a few friends I'll love till I die. From all these people I try to learn. Some of them shine, some of them burn. Some of them rise, some of them fall. For good or for bad, I've known them all. Well, you can fight or you can run. You can hide under a rock until the war is won. Play it safe and don't make a sound. But not us. We won't back down. True believers all the way, you and I. We live our life in our own way, never really listened to what they say. The kind of faith that doesn't fade away. We are the true believers. Now, if you know where that comes from, big kudos to you. And maybe I'll tell you what that's from at the end of the show. If you know where that's from, then big kudos to you. If not, ask me later on and maybe we'll do the reveal. So I've got the news here. Oh, somebody's got it. Somebody's got it. That's right. That's right. I've got the news here. And I guess it's a good starting point. I guess it's a good starting point to kind of show where things are at. American optimism slumps to record low. Democrats, Hispanic adults report greatest drop since 2024. Well, I guess these are the Hispanics that came to the right and then realized that it's all a bunch of empty platitudes, just like it is everywhere else. Folks, again, this is why I'm sick of the politicos. This is why I'm sick of the pundits. This is why I'm sick of the left and the right and the Republicans and the Democrats. I'm sick of all of it. What is the reality? I'm a realist. Don't put me in a box. I love this stuff where now if you're not a good cult member, if you're not a good cult member of the Republican Party, they try to label you all these different things, put you in all of these different boxes, assume all these different things about you. How about this? How about let's just try to get real for a second? Can you do that? Can you put your political cult down for a second? Can you put your political bias down for a second? Can you put your brainwashing on pause for just a moment and just be a realist for just a moment? Is that possible for you? The economy is not good. The pedophile networks are not shut down. The war machine is still raging. The swamp is not drained. There are no deep state arrests. The left-wing terror groups blocking ICE from deportations and everything else good and holy in this country are still operating. I don't want to hear about your little political slogans. I don't want to get involved in your political mudslinging and diving into the muck of it all. We're over it. This was the whole point. We shattered the left-right paradigm. We destroyed the political pundits. We transcended. And it's just like, here we go. Right back into the mud. Right back into the left-right paradigm brainwashing. Right back into the political cheerleading. Meanwhile, the real world experience, you've got record number of Americans in debt. You've got the majority of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. You've got the largest percentage of homeowners ever in negative equity. That's the reality. That's what people are living with. They don't care about your slogan. They don't care about your political propaganda. They don't care about your left-right paradigm. They don't care about your little infighting. They don't care about your little holier-than-thou acts. They don't care about your little agendas. They just want to live their life. And they can barely do it because our government is still corrupt. Our media is still corrupt. Our economy still sucks. The foreign aid hasn't stopped. The war machine hasn't stopped. The deep state networks, the pedophile networks, it's all still going on. And I got to sit here and watch these people go right back to the left-right paradigm, go right back into the mud, go right back into the political cheerleading? What in the hell happened? Seriously, what in the hell happened? Did we forget who we are? Did you forget who you are? Did you forget what you are? Did you forget what you're meant to be? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you need a little reminder. Maybe people need a little reminder. You're not meant to be a government slave. Okay? You're not meant to pay 33% of what you make, what you earn, your labor. It's not meant to be slave labor. It's not meant to be slave wages. You're not supposed to be funding foreign wars and foreign countries and foreigners and foreign aid. We're not supposed to have this gigantic government on our backs. Oh, the IRS wants you to know your refunds are going to be late this year because, they're going to be too busy making sure that every American is paying every last penny that they owe this corrupt, satanic government. And I'm sitting here watching this attack on a single Catholic lady who dares speak her mind. Oh, there's no controversy. There's no controversy if you're Randy Fine or Mark Levin or you're Nikki Haley, and you go out and you sign a missile and you put your name on a missile, or you say there's no innocent Palestinians, kill them all. No controversy there. That's all good. But oh my gosh, a white Catholic lady dared stand up and say, maybe it's not in Catholics' interest to defend the modern day nation state of Israel. Maybe it's not in Catholics or Christians or America's best interest to serve the desires of Zionists. And oh my God, the entire political world goes crazy. Yeah, we sign missiles to kill kids, no problem. Yeah, we give $20 billion in aid to a foreign country like that, no problem. Yeah, we got people in the media, people in our Congress that talk about there is no innocent Palestinian, kill them all. I mean, total genocidal freak mindset, no problem. All good. And that's right wing, baby. That's conservatism, baby. That's Republican Party politics, baby. And you better get on board with that. And then one person stands up and says, hey, you know what? I have a different opinion on that. And it all breaks down. It all goes crazy. And there's an entire organized network of people now trying to destroy this lady for having a different opinion. What? And look at the outrage. Look at the selective outrage. They're more upset with Carrie Prejean Bowler than they are over any of the Epstein clients. They're sitting here machine gun style attacks on Carrie Prejean Bowler. Entire networks of people. Nothing. Barely a drip. Barely a murmur on the Epstein files. The jerky, the pizza, the grape soda. Oh, that's nothing. That's not coded language. What is going on? What is going on? Here's another example. Kid Rock's MAGA Country Music Festival loses Shinedown and more artists. We don't want to participate in something we believe will create division. Ludacris left, Shinedown left. Now other leaders, Morgan Wade, Carter Faith. Folks, I don't think, see, that's the problem. Nobody on the right wing is being honest now. And this is really because Donald Trump isn't being honest. And he's telling you, oh, it's the hottest country. It's the greatest economy. We're dominating. We're winning. Everything. No, we're not. No, we're not. The only group that seems to be winning are the Zionists. The only group that seems to be winning is Israel. No one else is winning. And I got news for you. 98% of the American people don't give a damn about whether Israel succeeds in the Middle East or not. 98% of the people don't identify as Zionists, and they're not interested in whatever Zionism is. They don't care. They're looking at their bank account. They're looking at their education of their children. They're looking at their medical bills, their insurance bills, their energy bills. There's no relief. There's no relief. So now these artists are saying, I don't even want to be a part of this anymore. MAGA is now toxic. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Whatever this thing is, I'm done. I'm out. And look at how fast it happened. Look at how fast it happened. We get in, the Republicans get in, the right-wingers get in, MAGA gets in, and less than a year, we just spoil it all. And now they're talking about we might lose the House and the Senate. What did we do? What did we do with our big election victory? We got a secure border. That's about it. We got a secure border. The economy is like a tick better. Like a tick better, barely at all. But okay, we got a little edge. You got a tiny little edge on the economy. It's a little bit better. And then that's it. And then more unpopular foreign policy and Israel first all day long. Now, I will say this. Whatever the hell is going on with these Epstein files and the lead into it and the aftermath of it, this stuff is really, that's the only stuff that's going to have any permanent impact and maybe positive impact. There's no denying it now. There's no covering it up now. It's all out there. And we're going to see where the pieces lie when it's all said and done. And watching how people are covering it and responding to it or covering it up or ignoring it, all these different things, this is all going to shape the midterms and the 2028 presidential elections. And all the people on the right or in MAGA that seem to have hit the reset button. It's like in Mario, we jumped the gap and then a lot of people didn't make it. They fell into the gap and now they're back at the beginning. I'm just I look for logical consistency. And there's just none. There's virtually zero logical consistency within whatever's left of MAGA. There's no logical consistency left from the right-wing populist movement. It's just gone. It's just gone. And it's like, hey, okay, we're advancing. We're leveling up. We're looking at what's going on here. And they're back at the beginning of the level trying to tell us how to do things. It's like, you guys can't even keep up. You guys aren't even on the same page as us. You're not even in the right level as us anymore. And so now they're just crashing out. They're just totally crashing out. And it all happened in a year. It all happened in a year. People don't even want to be a part of this Kid Rock tour anymore. They're bailing out. MAGA is dead. And it's like, hey, Israel seems to be getting what it wants. Oh, here comes Netanyahu to the White House, the least popular leader in the world, by the way, wanted by the International Criminal Court. And he's coming to the White House for the sixth time. For the sixth time. In 1 year of this administration, Netanyahu has been to the White House 6 times. That is more than any other world leader has ever been to the White House in any administration for the full length of any other administration. So the whole thing is so crazy. I'm sitting here like, how can this be? How can this really be happening? How can Trump go to the political casino and put everything on the roulette table and be done with it? And just say, here's all the political capital, here's all the cultural capital, here's all the MAGA capital, here's all the human capital. I'm just throwing it all on the board and let's just see what happens. And it's all gone. It's just gone. There's nothing there. Oh. I find it funny because, again, I look for logical consistency. And we saw people attacking the Tate brothers for years. The holier-than-thou people on the right, because you had people on the right that liked the Tate brothers. They liked the kind of alpha attitude. They liked the screw the system attitude of the Tate brothers. So there was this kind of split on the right. Oh, some looked at the Tate brothers and it's, oh, look at them. They're so bad, the human trafficking and everything else. Well, they beat all the charges. So you don't have to like what the Tate brothers have done or said over all the years. But, you guys, we were out to get the Tate brothers. We were going to prove that they were doing all of this stuff. And then they just continue to beat the charges. Meanwhile, all of these same people that will sit here and tell you how bad the Tate brothers are for 10 frickin' years, they say nothing about the porn industry, and they're virtually silent on the Epstein files. Huh. What? What? What is that? What is that? And even if you think the worst of the Tates, what influence do they have over your life? What influence do they have over any government, any institution, anywhere on the planet? None. And then, here's the Epstein files showing all the influence, showing all the access. Oh, we're pretending like it's not any big deal. Here's the adult film industry making more money than it's ever made. Billions and billions of dollars. And they pour it right back into politics. Literally. The adult film industry making more money in the United States of America than it ever has before. And they pour it right back into politics. And all of these people that will sit here, they talk about the Tates and how bad they are all day long, and they're silent. They're silent on the Epstein connections. They're silent on the Epstein influence. They're silent on the adult film industry making billions and billions of dollars and pouring it back into American politics. And I'm just like, what is going on? Maybe they were never with us. Maybe they caught, they caught something and they were there for a minute, but they were really never there. And then you'll have the people like, oh, look, Schroyer standing up for the Tates. Look, Schroyer standing up for human trafficking. I literally never said any of that. It's like, that's my point. People don't even listen. They can't even comprehend information anymore. They can't even comprehend the world around them anymore. It's like all logic and reasoning is just gone. It's like, what is the shiny object that I like? What is the shiny object in front of me? Ooh, what does my cult leader say? Ooh, what are the rest of the people in the group saying or doing? I'll do that. That's cool. That's comfortable. And then they're going to lose the midterms, and then they're going to lose the elections, and then there's going to be no deep state arrest, and there's going to be, it's all this stuff, and they're going to say, what happened? It was Candace Owens' fault. It was Tucker Carlson's fault. It was the Panickin's fault. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it's like, and this has always been the case, but you have to sit here and you have to deal with people that have no clue what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we've got all these experts on the Epstein files. We got all these experts on Epstein and everything else. And then you realize they haven't even read anything. They don't even understand the contents, the context, the references, nothing. It's just, it's Trump, or, it's not Trump. Like, I have friends of mine. They say, Owen, why didn't you cover the Epstein email that said that Trump turned him into the FBI? I did cover that. I've been covering that for years. Where have you been? That's old news. But it's funny. Isn't it funny? Because you guys are the one that said they're a hoax. So the Epstein files are a hoax. Oh, look, this exonerates Trump. Now the Epstein files are real. I'm sick of all of them. I'm sick of all of them. All right. I'm going to stop. I love America. I love freedom. I'm a lover of life. That's what this is all about. I'm going to stop. I'm going to get to the news. But man, It's just like it's become a weight. It's become a burden. We're trying to break free. What are the odds that Q is real, guys? It's our last hope. It's our last hope, guys. Come on. What are the odds Q is real? It's our last hope. Come on. Save Israel for last. Man. What a crazy time to be alive, guys. What an absolute crazy time to be alive. Now, look, I will say, I think we're going to get through this and we're going to come out victorious on the other side. Now I'm not sure when the other side is going to be. I'm not sure what the other side is going to look like. These psychotics, folks, these psychotics that still run our planet are going to do something drastic. Because, look, again, all the little punditry and the left and the right and the picking of sides and the putting everybody in boxes. Do you really think the elite, the billionaire class, the donor class, the real movers and shakers, do you think they give an F? Do you think they give a rat's ass about your little left-right infighting? Oh, no. You think they give a rat's ding-dong about that? No. They know there's a global awakening. They know. They look at the people that are still slinging mud and playing in the propaganda wars. You're just useful idiots. You're just like a temporary distraction. You're just like a temporary delay to the inevitable of the great human awakening. You're just like an obstacle to us now. You're just like a burden. You're just like a weight tied to our ankles. That's what it is. All of these people that are still fighting in the left versus right paradigm, that are still fighting in these theological battles, standing up for corrupt foreign policy, all this other garbage. You guys are just an ankle weight on humanity trying to break free. You guys are just shackles on our wrists that we're trying to smash open to be free again so we can use our arms and defeat these demons that run our planet. They start wars for fun. They poison the water. They poison vaccines. They poison the food. They poison the skies. It's like, do you get it? Are you still slinging political mud, or are you a human being? Do you have a soul? Do you have a consciousness? Oh, I'm gonna fight about Catholic doctrine and Zionism. Oh my gosh. They're freaking poisoning you. Ooh. I'm going to cherry pick through the Epstein files to see how I can either use it against Trump or use it for Trump. And I'm going to make it about Trump because now I have Trump delusion syndrome too. Everything's about Trump now. They want you dead. They've stolen your country. They've stolen your future. You're a damn slave. 33% of what you earn goes to these monsters. And you're still playing in the political mud. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. But no, we're going to have victory. It's inevitable. Humanity will break free of these monsters. It's only a matter of what they're going to do to us in the interim and then what we're going to have left when it's all said and done. That's really what it is. I mean, folks, this thing is only going one direction. And there are more good people than there are bad people. And our force is unstoppable. And we might be going up against an immovable object, but our force is unstoppable. It's going to be so obvious, for those that it's not obvious enough yet, it's going to be so obvious that we have demonic Satanists running our world. It looks like by the end of this year, it's going to be so obvious. If it isn't already, it's going to be so obvious that our government is totally bought and paid for by foreign interest and special interest, if it's not that obvious already. But we are rapidly reaching critical mass that is going to become irreversible. So all of these pundits and politicos and everybody else still slinging mud and doing the infighting and picking their little lanes and labels and trying to leverage everything for their own agenda, they'll all be irrelevant. And the truth is they already are irrelevant, except for the donor class, the special interest class, the foreign interest class. That's the only use that these people have anymore, is as it's a distraction and an ankle weight on humanity trying to break free. I'm sure you've seen the videos going viral. You've got like teenage girls ranting and raving on TikTok about the satanic pedophiles and the Epstein files. You've got people at airports crashing out. These demons, these monsters, they're raping and eating kids. Folks, this is not going anywhere. This is just beginning. And now we've got a taste of it. Now, so that's what I said. I told you. They played this one too close to the chest, guys. They played this one too close to the chest. They can't cover it up anymore. They can't cover it up anymore. And anybody that engages in the cover-up of this, now you're going to be on trial. Now you're going to be scrutinized. Now you're going to be looked at, and people are going to say, that's weird. But so what does the Trump administration do? They throw you some red meat, and it works every time, by the way. Trump posts this on Truth Social. Ex-FBI agent says Bondi has slam dunk conspiracy case against Obama's feds for election meddling. Are we still doing this? Please, let me know when there's an arrest. There is no new news here. And then people... The Trump cult is now so brainwashed. They see this and they're like, oh my gosh, Trump says he's going to arrest Obama. Do you guys remember when Trump shared the treason video? Do you guys remember when Trump shared the Obamas in handcuffs video and they said the exact same thing? Hey, look, I'm rooting for Trump. I'm rooting for Trump. I hope this is all 3,000D chess and he's setting them all up and he's waiting for the right time and all of that. Okay, we can all hope. I can hope that the U.S. hockey team beats Canada this year. I can hope that the Patriots win the Super Bowl. I can hope all kinds of things. Let me know when it happens. Okay? Let me know when it happens. But the Trump cultists, they see this and they're like, oh, this is it. No, Trump is sharing an article. That's all he's doing. He's sharing an article. And my guess is, and I've already been proven right about this, my guess is this is all paid for. This is all bought and paid for social media influence. And they just share just the news because they got some sort of social media contract. So just let me know. Just let me know when the arrests happen. And when they start happening, I will become, if Trump drains the swamp, arrests the deep state, stops the pedophile networks, then I will be cheerleading and rallying and hoorahing and celebrate with everybody else. Why wouldn't I? But I'm not going to sit here for another 3 years and then play the same game we played with the first administration. Oh, indictments are coming. Tick tock, tick tock. Oh, yeah, it's happening. It's all going on. And then what happens? They steal an election and Biden gets in. They open the border. They steal an election. They crash the economy. They bring in 20 million illegals. And then what? I'm not doing it. We already did that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So you guys, I can't even do the news. I can't even do it today. And they're all mad at Vance. You see these same networks. They're all mad at Vance because he wants peace. He doesn't want to feed the war machine. Vance signals flexibility on Iran enrichment while keeping negotiation strategy private. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance addressed Iran negotiations, saying the president is keeping decisional space while human rights remain a key part of the talk. So this is why Netanyahu is coming to the White House. And by the way, they say that there's not going to be any public press conferences. It's all going to be in private. It's all going to be in secret. So, yeah, Netanyahu is probably coming to either blackmail Trump or to twist Trump's arm or threaten Trump or some other thing, because the Trump administration doesn't want to start this war. They don't want to start this war. Trump already gave him the strikes on the nuclear sites. That was supposed to be it. And just like every time with Netanyahu, just like every time with the current power in Israel, it's never enough. Every ounce of your blood and every penny of your treasure must be sacrificed at the altar for Israel. And it couldn't be more obvious. And the minute somebody stands up and says no, you see how they attack, you see how they destroy. So Vance comes out and says, you know what, we need to keep diplomatic options on the table. This is good for the world. They say, we can't have Vance. We need Rubio. Screw Vance. What is wrong with you people? And you know, that's the problem with the right wing. They always do this to themselves. The warmongering freaks and the zealots and the extremists on the right, they always destroy right-wing populism. They always destroy it. And now it's even worse. To try to make up that ground, the right wing brings in Nicki Minaj and rappers and trans and all this other garbage. So there's no conservative movement anymore. And then the only conservatives in Congress, a Thomas Massie, a Rand Paul, they get attacked by the right. They get the most hate from the right because they're true conservatives. So this is what happens. Right-wing populism rises in the face of left-wing lunacy. The right wing gets in power. And then the extremists and the zealots and the warmongers get to the top and they turn everybody off. And now the Republicans are like, well, how do we get that space back? How do we win an election? Oh, I know. Let's bring in a big fat butt rapper. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, I know. Let's have trans people speak at all of our events. That's the key. Meanwhile, we're still standing here in the same spot. Are we going to get deep state arrests? Are we going to drain the swamp? Are we going to stop the pedophile networks? Are we going to stop the war machine? You know, give the country back to the people. Oh, but guys, the war in Venezuela wasn't about Israel. Not everything's about Israel. Oh, really? Venezuela ships first oil to Israel after Maduro gets captured. Oh, that's right. They say, well, why do you have to make everything about Israel? What are you talking about? That's what happened. Not everything is about Israel. Oh, okay. And then here comes the news. Venezuela now shipping oil to Israel. Oh, okay. There it is. It's just like, do you want to live in reality or not? And then all the people that continue to be right about everything in the current news cycle, we're the ones that get attacked the most. We're the ones that get vilified. We're the ones that get named called. But they never call us liars. They never can say we're wrong. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the pattern here. By the way, the markets are back down today. It's all about striking Iran, folks. I guess Israel wanted the resources in Venezuela, so Israel got them. Trump made sure they did. Israel wants regime change in Iran, so now Netanyahu is flying to D.C. to tell him to do it. Or else what? I don't know. We don't even have control of our own country anymore, folks. We don't even have control of our own government. What are you doing wearing a hat? What are you doing cheerleading? What are you doing infighting? What do you do covering up? What are you doing covering up Epstein files? What are you doing? So tomorrow, Trump set to meet at White House, 11 a.m. Eastern time. No press conferences planned. So it's all going to be secret. It's going to be a giant struggle session, and probably Netanyahu threatening Trump or threatening America. And that's why I said Trump just needs to come out and just level with the people. Just level with the people. Look at the garbage this country puts up with. You don't think whatever skeletons are in Trump's closet, you don't think people will move on if we can actually save this country? The Trump cultists will move on no matter what. But even Trump critics like myself will say, hey, what is for the best of the country? I don't care if Trump slept with 10,000 women with Epstein in the 90s. I don't give a damn. Save our country, please. Can you save our country? Can you not welcome a war criminal into our White House for the record 6th time with open arms and serve him like he's the master? Can you not do that for us? It's like, at the very least, it's like, hey, we get it, man. We get it. Your masters are over there in the Middle East. We get it, okay? Can you just not rub it in our face? Can you just not bring him here to rub it in our face and remind us? And they say, oh, well, you're just a Jew hater. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, this is the new what the left did with racism. So whenever the left couldn't win a debate, they just say, racist. You're a racist. Now it's the same thing on the right. Whenever the right wing can't win a debate, they just say, anti-Semite, Jew hater. Meanwhile, one of the biggest reveals of the Epstein files is this Sultan that we've all covered. The Sultan. And it turns out this Sultan from the UAE, he's running one of the biggest cargo shipping networks in the world. Oh, boy. It's such a joke with these people, man. It's such a joke with these people. Like, at what point do you have to stop and say, okay, there's no way these are all coincidences? Oh, yeah, they're talking about jerky. They're talking about grape soda. They're talking about cheese pizza and cheese holders. They're talking about 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds. We're talking about weird dentist visits, huh? And now you look at the big clients, the big co-conspirators. They run the child yearbook photo network with millions of kids' pictures and images in a database. They run the biggest cargo shipping networks in the world. They run a clothing company for children. They run the modeling and the pageants for children. Oh, it's all just a coincidence, guys. That is all a coincidence. And Epstein with the sulfuric acid when he's about to get arrested, it's all a coincidence, guys. Epstein meets with like the entire Israeli government. It's all a coincidence. It's all a coincidence, guys. There's nothing to see here. And that's what they want you to believe. That's what they're telling you. Don't even go there. Don't even get me started on the Nickelodeon stuff. Oh, it's just another coincidence, guys. I mean, this is what they're doing. This is Netanyahu approval rating in Europe. It's negative in every country except Ukraine, of course. Negative in every country except Ukraine. And this is who Trump is sidling up next to. This is Trump's ride or die now, Netanyahu. And Trump likes the Clintons now, too. How does that one? How's that one working for you, MAGA? How's that one going with the Clintons? All right, we've got some clips from DC last night. The House committee saw some of the unredacted files. I want to go to some of these clips. We'll try to actually hammer through this news now. We will try to hammer through this news as we enter the second hour. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I'm just glad. I'm just getting some solace today, okay? Just let me enjoy some goy slop, would you? Would you let me just for a moment, if you would? Can I just enjoy the Goy Olympics? Can I just enjoy the Goy Olympics, please? Is it too much to ask to celebrate the Goy Olympics, the women's team beating Canada 5-0 today? I just need that. I just need it, guys.
You're listening to the Owen Report on the Win Network.
All right, pet lovers, pet owners, listen up. Listen up and listen good. We all love our pets, at least I hope. If you have pets, you love your pets. I hope so. And so you've probably had to deal with some of this stuff, you know, parasites and worms, heartworms, roundworms, hookworms, intestinal worms, mites, all of this stuff. Big bills from vets, constant concern, constant visits. What if there was another option? What if there was another option? And what if it was the same option that they've been trying to keep from us humans for all of these years? For years, we've fought to have access to medicine that we knew would help fight COVID for humans and maybe parasites. But what about pets? Did you know that ivermectin for pets assists with heartworm prevention in dogs and cats? Also treats intestinal worms, roundworms, hookworms, external parasites like mites, all those problems? Petmectin is the answer. It's 100% pure pharmaceutical grade and human grade ivermectin. This is the highest quality, third-party tested, and most affordable ivermectin offered in the USA. And Petmectin specifically for your pets. For your pets. All right, 10% off right now at resolvex.health. You can see the link on the screen, resolvex.health. Coupon code OWEN10 for 10% off your Petmectin. Pharma-grade ivermectin for pets. 10% off with coupon code OWEN. While you're there looking into this great product for your furry friend, while you're there, they want you to check out the whole site, by the way. All kinds of great products like hydroxychloroquine, fenbendazole, and so much more. It's at resolvex.health. But if you're going there for your furry friend, this is what they want you to do. Get that Petmectin for your furry friend. Try not to sweat it. Try not to think about constant trips to the vet and all the different worms and parasites and mites that you're constantly dealing with. Try to find some relief with Petmectin. Coupon code OWEN10 right now for 10% off. Take care of that furry friend with Petmectin at resolvex.health. And folks, by the way, in case you haven't looked into some of these other things like fenbendazole, some pretty incredible stuff is being learned about those products. So you might want to look into that.
Political light years ahead of the rest. It's the Owen Report with Owen Schroyer.
All right, guys. We're about to stress test the audio here. I was trying my best not to have a crash out yesterday over the audio issue, and I've already decided I'm not gonna today. There is no. I did a spot check of all the different potential audio engineering issues on my end. There was no possible explanation. And if you were tuning in yesterday, you probably even noticed this. Folks, I'm telling you, remember, I talk about these tech demons that follow me around. It's very real. I don't want to sound too crazy or go too in depth with it because it is crazy. But I think we got a tech demon in here. If you were listening yesterday, because I went back and listened, I was like, is there any clue I can find? If you go back and you listen, you'll notice that when I was playing the videos that wouldn't fire audio yesterday, like it fired the audio for like a split second and then stopped. Some of you were saying that in the chat. What even is that? Like, what even is that? So we're gonna stress test it now. If it doesn't work, I'm just not gonna. We'll just move on. But let's go for it, guys. Let's see. So this was last night. Lauren Boebert talking to the media about some of the stuff they just saw in the unredacted files.
The members who got to see.
Oh, nope. That one was on me. That audio issue was on me. That was on me, guys. All right, let's go.
Congresswoman, are you among the members who got to see the unredacted files today?
Yes, I saw some of them, not all of them, obviously. And I'll be going back tomorrow to see more.
Any reaction on what you've seen so far?
I think that there's folks who are definitely implicated and co-conspirators. And, I don't think everyone there that was talking about underage girls being trafficked are victims.
Got it. And do you support any clemency for Ghislaine Maxwell? She was saying that she
I do not.
Okay.
I think Ghislaine Maxwell should get more time, and she should definitely be in a harsher prison than what she's in. It's absolutely disgusting.
Got it. Thank you, Congresswoman. Congresswoman, are you among the members?
Now, that last part there, by the way, I think we're good, guys. We good? Huh? How about that? I took a sledgehammer to the system. So the last part there was so key to me when she talks about Maxwell's sweetheart deal. And so Maxwell obviously pled the fifth during her testimony yesterday. Her legal team comes out and says, we will cooperate or we will name names, but Maxwell wants clemency. She basically wants charges to be dropped, free from prison. Now, folks, this is outrageous. This is outrageous, and I hope Trump doesn't do it. You could say for his own sake, there's no way he can do it before midterms. You do that before midterms, you are so cooked. It's unreal how cooked you are. If they do it before midterms, it's so over, folks. Forget about it. I don't think they're that stupid. Who knows if he even has a choice at this point, though. This is ridiculous that this administration is getting strong-armed by Maxwell. Pardon my French, but fuck that bitch. Are you kidding me? She already got a sweetheart deal. Trump already put her into a Fed camp. She should be in a medium prison. She should be spending the majority of her days in a cell. And now she's going to come out and make demands? Screw you. Screw you. And if this administration had any spine at all, as soon as the legal representation for Maxwell came out after she pled the fifth and said, okay, we want clemency to talk, I would have sent in the feds and I would have sent her right back to a medium security prison where she belongs. You know what? You don't want to talk? Enjoy your prison cell, bitch. How do you like that? You're a monster. We already cut you a sweetheart deal. You're running around Fed camp, eating good food, playing tennis. You're in Camp Fed. You already got a sweetheart deal. And now you're going to try to make demands on this administration? Screw you. I would put her right back in a medium and say, fine, you don't want to talk? Enjoy your prison cell, bitch. Enjoy. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy the silence of your prison cell since you don't want to talk. You can go ahead and shut up and sit in your prison cell. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And they don't even need her. Let's be honest. She probably knows where the bodies are buried, maybe literally. But she's not the only one. Give me a break. We don't need you. We don't need you, Ghislaine. We got plenty of other co-conspirators who aren't in jail that we can cut a deal with to talk. So you know what? Enjoy. You had a nice time at the Fed camp. We were trying to cut a deal with you. We were trying to do the right thing for the victims and for the country. Now you want to strong-arm this administration. Bye-bye. Back to the medium security prison. Back to your cell. Enjoy your silence. Enjoy your prison slop. Bye-bye. This bitch. She wants to try to strong-arm this administration. Unbelievable that they wouldn't put her back in a medium for that. For that insolence. What a monster. I want clemency. Screw you. So now they're going after Wexner. Now I anticipate, this could be a big one. Look, folks, forget about the whole thing. Oh, black pillars, all this. Forget about that. Let's just talk about reality. Wexner certainly knows something. Now, Wexner is going to come out, and they're already kind of showing their hand here. But Wexner is going to essentially claim to be a victim. And to a certain degree, there is probably some accuracy to that. Now, what did Epstein have on Wexner to get Wexner to turn over his entire empire to Epstein? That's the question. But that's basically what they're going to say. They're going to say Wexner was a victim of blackmail or financial fraud or whatever it is. Epstein was the perpetrator. But the question is, what is it that Wexner had, or what is it that Epstein had on Wexner to get him to turn over his entire fortune, his entire empire? This might come out. So I don't need you, Maxwell. I don't need you. Go back to your medium security prison. Go back to your cell. Enjoy your silence. Let's bring in Wexner. Let's find out what he knows. Let's find out how Epstein was able to abscond with the Wexner empire. And you know what? Quite frankly, Wexner, he's like 80, 90 years old. He's been hiding out in his Ohio mansion for years now. So I don't really mind cutting a deal with Wexner, to be quite frank. Don't really care. Put him on house arrest. He's already been staying in his mansion for years now. So I really don't care. Let Wexner live out his life in his giant Ohio compound. He's like 80, 90 years old. He's not going anywhere. Put him in an ankle bracelet. Put a Fed on the scene with him if you want. That's who I'd rather cut a deal with. Really, Maxwell? You don't want to talk? Bye. Spend the rest of your life in prison. Let's talk to Wexner. I would start going down the list of all the co-conspirators. I'd start going down the list of all the co-conspirators and see who's willing to talk and who's not. Now, it's likely that they've already all cut deals, and that's why they got redacted, and that's why they're not in prison, because they all already cut deals. So what? The government lies to people all the time. The feds lie to people all the time. They lied to me. I got a deal with the feds. They lied to me. They said they weren't going to put me in prison. They did. These are people that are liars. I don't want to hear this crap. Don't tell me that the feds are honest people. They twisted my arm, put me in a pretzel, put me in prison. They said they wouldn't do it. So screw them. I don't want to hear about, well, they already have a deal. I don't give a damn about their deal. Maybe they come in for questioning. But that's what I do. I'd start going down the list and let's get the public to get an idea of what's really going on. What do you think is going to happen, by the way, when Pam Bondi comes out for the hearing and they ask her what grape soda is, or they ask her what jerky is? We got some jerky news. I can't believe we got jerky news today. Anna Paulina Luna, also on the committee that saw the unredacted files. Here's what she said.
And are you able to see the DOJ unredacted version?
At the beginning of that, she's saying Maxwell is a monster. That's what gets cut off at the beginning here.
Monster.
And are you able to see the DOJ unredacted versions?
I'm going to be going tomorrow. There's I think every member of oversight has gone through so far, or is going to be going through so far. So yes.
Tomorrow will be your first time?
No, my second.
Okay. Is there anything you can share from what you saw today?
I've posted about it publicly, but some of the people that are in the most egregious redactions are claiming to be victims, and I don't think that they're victims if you're engaging in child sex trafficking.
Got it. Thank you, Congresswoman.
So they're claiming to be victims because Epstein was blackmailing them, or maybe stealing money from them, maybe both. That's where they get the victim card. So, look, guys, I'm not trying to sell hope. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just telling you, they played this one too close to the chest. They're not going to get away with it. They're not. There are too many good people out there. There are enough good people in the media. There are enough good people in Congress. They're not going to be able to flush this turd down the toilet. They're not going to be able to tell you it's a hoax. They're not going to be able to tell you to move on. It's all going to fail. Now, I don't know where it ends up, but the public is not going to drop this. The Oversight Committee is going to take it as far as they possibly can. And eventually, there will be some form of street activism. There will be. There will be an organic form of street activism or street crash outs. Eventually, it's going to get there. We can't unsee what we've seen, and there's only going to be more information coming out. Let's see what happens. I think the next big development is going to be the Bondi testimony, and how bad or good it goes. And by the way, I don't expect it to go good. I don't expect it to go good at all. Hasn't gone good to this point. Not sure why that would change. But eventually, I mean, folks, all these people, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I look at all the people in the media that are saying, oh, there's nothing there. There's nothing to see in the Epstein file. And I'm looking at them now and I'm saying, wait a second. Who are you? Where does this come from? All assets activated. That's how I look at it. All assets activated. And all of a sudden, you have all of these people telling you there's no there, there's nothing in the files. You're not going to gaslight us. You think we're weak? What an insult. What an insult that you think I would be that intellectually weak. What an insult that you don't think that we have the spine and the fortitude to stand up against your propaganda and against your gaslighting and against your lies. What an insult that you think we're that weak. What an insult that you think you can gaslight us into oblivion. Not happening. So you're just exposing yourselves. That's what's so incredible. Watching everybody expose themselves, trying to cover this up or distract from this is a story in and of itself. So you've got the Lutnick situation. This deal is crazy. In November 2015, Lutnick was inviting Epstein to his intimate Hillary Clinton fundraiser. What? Did you guys see this one? An email from Lutnick, subject, November 11th, Hillary Clinton event at Cantor Fitzgerald. Bunch of redacted here. I would like to invite you to attend a very intimate fundraising event with Hillary Clinton at the Cantor Fitzgerald offices. Contribution form is attached to email. And then this made it into the files because Leslie Groff forwarded this email to Jeffrey Epstein. The Hillary for America donation. Hillary Clinton event at Cantor Fitzgerald. Lutnick fundraising. How is this even real? Crazy. Just crazy. The Lutnick thing is crazy. I don't even know where to begin and end with that. The 9/11 thing, the laughing about the Epstein Island thing, the lying about his last communications with Epstein. Now he's on the island with his kids. He's saying, oh, it's no big deal. I saw him like once. Like, what? That's what I'm saying. Like, what? I have to weigh the odds. Like, how does Trump bring this guy in? Why? Who decided for Lutnick to come in? Who decided for Lutnick to come in? And now they're all standing by him and they're saying, oh, no, he's great. He's innocent. Nothing to see here. Meanwhile, folks, on the other side of the pond in Europe, they're dropping like flies in Europe. They are dropping like flies. Members of the royal families, different diplomats, politicians, they are dropping like flies. Anybody that was in these Epstein files in Europe, they're all gone. They're resigning. They're getting fired. Gone. They're losing their royal status. And I did an interview earlier today with Harry Cole. Harry Cole Saves the West. I think it's going to air tonight. I had to pre-tape. And we talked about that. And I said, hey, good for you guys. I don't know why we're not getting a similar thing in America. The co-conspirators in America are still free. But over there in Europe, folks, anybody connected in the Epstein files, they're dropping like flies. One by one, dropping like flies. And so this is actually funny here. There's some event called the Dino Con. Okay? A dinosaur convention is doing more to punish those in the Epstein files than the entire American government. Look at this. The Dino Con. Oh, my gosh. We at DinoCon take the safety of our attendees, speakers, and staff very seriously. As a result of the release of half of the Epstein files, they even are telling you it's only half. It has come to light that a select number of scientists, authors, and researchers relevant to the field of paleontology allegedly engaged in correspondence with members of the Epstein organization after the conviction of Jeffrey Epstein. We want to state that all respective individuals are banned from all of our events. Additionally, we find it deplorable that some established paleontological organizations are not taking firm action to protect their members in light of these allegations. As such, executive committee members from organizations that are not issuing public bans to these individuals are also banned from our events. We do not tolerate those who allow this behavior to go unchallenged within our community. So not only are they saying we're banning people that were involved, we're banning anybody that won't call out the people involved. A dino convention, UK. A dino convention. I mean, what is going on? Oh, wow. The UK's largest paleontology-themed convention celebrating all things prehistoric, and they're harder on the Epstein files than even the American government. Let's talk about jerky. We're obviously just talking about beef jerky here, guys. This is totally normal. From Francis Derby to Redacted. Who's Redacted? Would you like to know who Redacted is here? Just wanted to touch base about jerky. Jeffrey Epstein, I think it's safe to assume that J.E. is Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. That said, he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer for his next trip. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Any other questions, please let me know. Thank you, Francis. How can you think they're talking about jerky? How can you think this isn't code for something? What? Regular food again? Eating less jerky? I wanted to touch base about jerky? What? 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer? Do you really think we're talking about jerky here? It should be enough to get him through? Can we call in Francis Derby for a congressional hearing to talk about jerky, please? I don't think we're talking about jerky. Subject jerky. Wanted to touch base about jerky. Said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. I believe it should get him through. What are we talking about? Jerky addicts? You ever heard of a jerky addict? So I guess the argument here is oh, all of these billionaires, the billionaire pedophile Epstein, they all just lived these lives and they just liked pizza and grape soda. They're like first graders. They're just innocent and cuddly. They just eat beef jerky and pizza and grape soda. They're just like kids. They're just these innocent fluff balls. Nothing to see here. Oh, yeah, all the weird gynecology stuff, the victims and everything. They're just innocent people. They just like beef jerky. Come on, they just eat pizza and beef jerky and drink grape soda. They play video games like any other first grader at a party. It's a sleepover, guys. Jeffrey Epstein made regular payments to Ohio State head of gynecology, records show. Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein paid Ohio State University's head of gynecology quarterly payments of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Department of Justice files show. By the way, Ohio, that's where Les Wexner is. Mark London, a physician and professor at OSU and the chair of obstetrics and gynecology department, received quarterly payments of thousands of dollars from Epstein in the early 2000s, records show. According to released files, Landon received as much as $25,000 every few months. Landon told NBC4 the payments were for consulting work. He had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes. Along with the quarterly payments, Landon also received at least 10 packages from Epstein or his associates. In all, Epstein spent more than $200 mailing items to Landon's Columbus home. The files do not detail what was mailed. What was that about? Oh, I'm sure it's just another coincidence, guys. It's just another one of these coincidences. That's all. In 2005, a man named Eric messaged Epstein and said, Dr. Landon's $25K quarterly payment is due. Please approve. Is this hush money? A few hours later, Eric wrote that Epstein's company had billed Les and Abigail Wexner in advance, as we have in prior years, for the Landon payment. What was the payment for? Consulting for what? What were we mailing back and forth? There's nothing to see here, guys. It's all just a coincidence. Newly released documents show Epstein owned girls' clothing store Justice. Internal Epstein financial records show Les Wexner transferred TOO Inc. to Epstein's financial trust company in 2001. TOO Inc. owned Justice and other girl brands. So this is officially from the email. Why did Wexner turn over his empire to Epstein? Here's a crazy one for you. This is a cousin of Brigitte Macron. Pierre Robert, a restaurateur suspected of having infected children with AIDS to keep them under control in a pedocriminal network in Senegal. Okay. Right. More from France. Ex-footballer Frank Ribéry claims to have been defamed by Epstein documents. A lawyer for Frank Ribéry has denied allegations involving the former French footballer, which became public through the Jeffrey Epstein files. What is with French soccer players and the aggression? Frank Ribéry was always known for being one of the more aggressive, temperamental players, almost as much as Zidane. One of Epstein's victims living in France allegedly stated in a letter to the U.S. judiciary that Ribéry had tried to hit her, French media reports said on Tuesday. Ribéry's lawyer, Carlo Alberto Brusso, told several French media outlets that the allegations made public by the recent release of documents related to the Epstein case were a fabrication and a defamation campaign against numerous people. Oh, he's innocent with the rest of them. I see. Gotcha. Of course. Top barrister Mark Dennis, accused of possessing child abuse material, is found dead. Found dead at his home. Lawyer Mark Dennis, charged over child abuse material, reportedly found dead in his home. A prominent criminal barrister who was allegedly caught with child abuse material has been found dead. Mark Dennis, 60 years old, stepped off a flight from Southeast Asia at Sydney Airport in January and was stopped by Australian Border Force officers who poured through his phone, tablet, and laptop and a USB. Child abuse material and sexualized conversations with and about minors, and he was subsequently charged with possessing, distributing, and importing child abuse material. Police were called to his Leichhardt home in Sydney's Inner West, where the barrister's body was found at 7:30 p.m. dead. How do you even release somebody that gets caught with that? Remember, this is the same Australia where they just busted somebody involved in a satanic pedophile network. This is the same Australia where the police were involved with that individual. I'm wondering if they let this guy go because the same police that were covering up the satanic pedophile network wanted this guy to be released so somebody could go shut him up because dead man tell no tale. How do you get busted with child abuse material and intent to distribute and get released from custody? Somebody explain that one to me. That's what you call a cover-up from the highest levels, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call that. All right, what do you call this? I don't know. I have no context for this, but here you go. Why not?
Anybody seen Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter. Did anybody ever hear of Hannibal Lecter? The young people didn't. Hannibal Lecter. Dr. Hannibal Lecter. The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. The late, great Hannibal Lecter would like to have you for dinner. He would love to have you for dinner. He will take you. He wants you for dinner. That's the end of you, by the way. He'd love to have you for dinner. You right there. Don't do it. If he suggests, I'd like to have you for dinner, don't go. They say, why does he keep mentioning it? Because Hannibal Lecter was a serious psycho. He was a slightly troubled patient. He mentions Hannibal Lecter. It doesn't make sense. So it makes a lot of sense. They're coming into our country. And I say, the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Oh, he likes Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter, how great an actor was he? You know why I like him? Because he said on television, on one of the, I love Donald Trump, so I love him.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that. If anything, it's kind of like maybe he's letting you know that these people are out there. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. What's crazy, though, if you missed it, the Savannah Guthrie thing, where she was reading that script that was right out of Silence of the Lambs. Remember that just happened? Guys, what the hell is going on? What in the hell? That is. Enjoy. So we got Jerky. We got Hannibal Lecter. We got scripts from Silence of the Lambs. I mean, what? Huh? Excuse me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. What was that? Jerky, eating people in the freezer, sulfuric acid, Hannibal Lecter, scripts from Silence of the Lambs. This has all happened in the last year, guys. What is going on? I'm sure it's all just a coincidence, though, because it's all a coincidence. It's literally all just a coincidence, guys. My goodness. Okay. Here's a little, let's take a little, I don't even know. We're still dealing with this, apparently. Now, I will say, it's actually not uncommon for girls to wrestle boys because a lot of these divisions, they don't even have girls wrestling. But this is a little different. This is a transgender boy. So this is the female right here. This is the female, and then this is the trans boy right here. Guys, what you're about to witness here is so disgusting, but this is what you get in the transgender competing with women category here.
Get to your base. Get to your base.
All right, now you see this? Apparently, as this transgender man is wrestling this female, you may have seen the left arm take a very distinct route into the undercarriage here. And, yeah, it's exactly what you think, guys.
Base. Get to your base. I don't know what she said to you. Why her face looks like that.
What she said was, this dude just grabbed me by the, you know. What she said was, this dude just grabbed me by the you-know-what. Do you, I can't play it for you guys. It's, oh, my goodness. This is why I'm just, you know, hey guys, the USA hockey team won today, 5-0 against Canada. All right. We got, it's like, I can't do this dark crap all day long. We got to have something here. We got to have some Goy Olympics celebration or something. I mean, this is madness. It's utter madness that I'm dealing with. And this is all funded in the new bill, by the way, that Trump signed. Did you guys see this deal? I know that we covered this on the show, but I don't think I'd mentioned this judge. So you had the Israeli citizen with the biolab. He got released from jail by this judge. Judge Elena Yocha. How is it that a judge releases a foreign citizen who is running an illegal biolab from jail? Can somebody explain that to me? Appointed by Trump, by the way. What? What? Judge Elena Yocha released an Israeli illegal biolab operator from jail. The judge is not a Christian. Okay. Yeah. This is not a Christian judge. Okay. I mean, come on. Can you imagine if that was a Muslim running a biolab, but because it's an Israeli citizen and then a judge, a non-Christian judge, releases him from jail? Are you kidding me? And the media is silent? Can you imagine if that was a Qatari and a Muslim judge released him? Imagine if a Qatari Imagine if a Qatari got caught running an illegal bioweapons lab and then a Muslim judge, Judge Mohammed, released that individual from prison. Do you have any idea the amount of outrage? It would be in the press 24/7. That is a fact. So why the double standards? Why the logical inconsistency here? Why is an Israeli man released by a Jewish judge a non-story? So an Israeli man gets caught with an illegal bioweapons lab and a Jewish judge releases him from jail. What? If that was a Qatari man and a Muslim judge, Muhammad, released him from jail, it would be the top story. The entire religion of Islam would be, they'd be calling for it to be banned, deport every Muslim. They're all terrorists. They all hate us. They all want us all dead. You know that would be the story, but not with this. Somebody explain that one to me. And any explanation of why there was a Israeli running a biolab in Las Vegas? And by the way, look, somebody's got to say it. I mean, folks, you know what this looks like? This looks like, oh, you get the judge, you run your illegal activities in the judge's district to make sure you don't get in jail. That's what this looks like. Hey, we got our judge in here. Go run your illegal bioweapons lab in this district. That way, when you get caught, you'll get in front of our judge and she'll cut you loose. I mean, is that not kind of duh? And this is exactly what the left does with the Soros judges. Oh, but see, the right has a big problem when Soros judges are put strategically in districts so left-wingers can get away with crimes. But in this case, total silence. Total silence. Hey, Democrats are bragging about getting rid of whites. Yeah, how about this?
I have the distinct honor to be able to come before you and say I actually lost white population in my community. I lost them. They left. They left. I didn't ask them why. They left. So if you see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 whites in my neighborhood, they're passing through.
This is very strange. He's wearing an Africa pin and what is this, a Mao? He's got a Mao outfit with an African pin, and this lady is snapping. They're celebrating how they got rid of white people. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. We're pile driving. Chat GPT was tested for bias, and it was asked or stated to repeat after me. It started with destroyed. It went to China destroyed. And let's just go ahead and see how this goes. So Chat GPT, it can say China destroyed. It can say England destroyed. It can say USA destroyed, but it can't say Israel destroyed. Interesting. By the way, I've got other instances of this in AI in my leftover stack that I guess I could get to, but I'm just going to keep pile driving here. So you may have seen the story with Carrie Prejean Bowler and the entire Israel, pro-Israel, Israel First network, the entire operating network of the Israel First members of the media here are all out to get her. Now, this is funny, though. They don't realize that they're just exposing themselves with all of this, but here it is. And again, this is all because Carrie dared to be on the Religious Freedom Board and not be an avowed worship Israel, worship the Zionists. They're our masters. I'm going to bow to them. I'm going to take the knee to them. So Carrie dared stand up. She dared stand up to that. And so now the entire network of Israel Firsters and the entire foreign lobby is out to get her. So here's just one example of all of it today. And she's totally dominating, by the way. I want to see where she's at. she's at almost 30,000 followers now. So it's almost double since this post was made this morning. Carrie Prejean Bowler had 4,000 followers on X yesterday. She now has 15,000, and that number only continues to climb. That's right, 30,000 now. Fish burger. It is another clear example of what I called the Francesca effect, the phenomenon in which people chasing relevance discover that attacking Jews is a fast track to attention. Named after the UN Special Reporter Francesca Albanese, the term describes individuals who amplify anti-Israel narratives to catapult themselves out of obscurity and into influencer status. Now, folks, this is one of the craziest things. I don't even know where to really quantify this, but it's like, you do realize that she got attacked by a bunch of Jews. Like, that's how this whole thing started. Was she sitting up there on a religious freedom panel, and then a bunch of Jews didn't like what she had to say, and now they're trying to destroy her life. So what are you talking about? Attacking Jews? She's the one that got attacked by Jews. Literally, we all sat there and watched it. It happened on the panel, and then it happened immediately afterwards. So an entire network of Zionists attacks this woman. An entire network of Jews, like I'm assuming Fishburger is a Jew. I guess I don't know. He does have an Israeli flag in his bio. He says he's former IDF sergeant. So, I mean, I'm assuming he's Jewish. So an entire network of Jews attacks her, and then they say she's making a living attacking Jews. What? What? It's the craziest thing. It is the craziest thing. It's like, how do you even... These people have no self-awareness. So Carrie's getting attacked. They're demanding Trump fire her. They're trying to destroy her career, destroy her life. You should see the things Laura Loomer is saying about her. I don't even want to repeat it. But here, I'll go ahead and show you. Here's Laura Loomer. How did this semen dumpster get appointed to the White House Religious Freedom Committee? What an embarrassment. She needs to be fired tomorrow and sent back where she is most comfortable, on her knees. So this is Laura Loomer, a quote-unquote feisty Jewess who attacks Carrie, and then a Jew says, look at Carrie getting famous from attacking Jews. What are you talking about? A Jew, a feisty Jewess, just called her a semen dumpster. Just said she needs to be fired, says she needs to be comfortable on her knees. So Carrie literally gets attacked relentlessly from Jews, and then Jews say, look at this lady getting famous attacking Jews. Again, I don't even know. This is beyond projection. This is beyond irony. This is like, I don't even know how to describe this. And by the way, this story that they're sending here to attack her, let me give you a little context from this Huffington Post story that they're all sending. Carrie Prejean threatens to sue porn company for distributing sex tapes. By the way, who do you think runs that porn company? It's not a Christian. I'll have you know. So a non-Christian shares illegal sex tapes, and they say, oh, here's another lie they're telling you. Oh, she recorded sex tapes. No, she didn't. It was deep fake. They made fake sex tapes with her. This is a former beauty queen, by the way, a former beauty pageant winner, Carrie Prejean. So a porn company run by non-Christians distributes fake sex tapes depicting her having sex. And now a feisty Jewish Laura Loomer is saying, oh, look, you recorded a sex tape. And Dana Lesh, like, what is going on with these freaks? What is wrong with you people? Who are you? Who are you loyal to? Not the truth, not Jesus Christ, not Christianity, not America. It's literally lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies. And this is what they expect. They expect you to shut up because they will destroy your life if you say anything. They expect you to shut up because they'll call you an anti-Semite and a Jew hater if you dare say anything. So Laura Loomer is allowed to come out here and lie and call a woman, a married woman, a semen dumpster, and then misrepresent a story where she was the victim of fake porn distributed by a non-Christian porn company. And then, oh God, if Carrie dare defends herself, she's attacking Jews and she's an anti-Semite. And I'm watching this entire right-wing network now attack Carrie, and they claim to be Christian. And they claim to be America first. And I'm looking at all of them now and I'm saying, what is wrong with all of you people? Are you guys literally sellouts? Are you blackmailed? Are you bought and paid for? Are you blind? Are you retarded? Are you stupid? Is it a combination of all of it? Do you really fall for this propaganda? This is the racist argument that the left uses when they can't win a debate. So they're all losing the debate. They're all getting crushed in the debate. So all they have is you're an anti-Semite, you're a Jew hater. It's the exact same thing the left does. Oh, you're a racist. They can't win the debate. Oh, you're a bigot. They can't win the debate. Oh, you're a transphobe. They can't win the debate. Oh, you're a homophobe. They can't win the debate. Oh, you're an anti-Semite. You can't win the debate. Oh, you're a Jew hater. You can't win the debate. It's the same thing. This is the woke right. And now that Christians and now that Americans are finally standing up on their 2 feet and they're saying, no, I'm not going to be bullied by you. No, I'm not going to let you name call me. No, I don't care if you threaten to destroy my life and my career. I'm speaking the truth and I'm standing up for Jesus Christ and I'm standing up for the United States of America and I'm standing up for life. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to slander me. We're standing up for ourselves. And now they're crashing out because this has been their big ace of spades forever. And now people on the right are finally standing up. And that's the difference. They used to be able to divide the left and the right. And maybe that's why a lot of these boomers like Dana Lesh, they're just too stupid. They're just too old. They're like dinosaurs now. And so they'd still think it's like a left-right issue. It's like, oh, the left doesn't support Israel. The right does support Israel. So they're kind of like trapped in that left-right paradigm matrix. They're still too stupid to see through it. So there might be some of that going on. So they've been able to get away with it on the right by just making it a left-right issue where the right supports Israel no matter what, the left doesn't. That's done. That's over. So now they're just going, if you don't support Israel, you're an anti-Semite. And you got to give them credit. I mean, it does work. It does work. It obviously works, and that's why they do it. But see, slowly but surely, Christians, Catholics, Americans, they're standing up to these bullies. They're standing up to these liars. They're standing up to these traitors. They're standing up to these demons. And they're saying, no. No. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to name call me. You're not going to slander me. You're not going to smear me. You're not going to label me. I know you're going to try to destroy my life, but you know what? I'm standing strong. I'm standing strong. I'm standing strong for future generations of Americans that have had to deal with your crap. We're not doing it anymore. We're not playing this game anymore. You're done. You don't get to bully us with name calling, just like we stood up against the woke left when they did it. We're standing up against the woke right when they're doing it now. And this is only just beginning. And that's why they're crashing out. It's like the famous scene in A Bug's Life with the grasshoppers. You let one ant stand up and they all stand up. Well, Carrie Prejean Bowler she has stood up and she is standing strong and they're panicked. Because if you let one ant stand up, they all stand up. And those ants outnumber us 1,000,000 to 1. Damn right. So we see you crashing out. We see you freaking out. We see that your fake name calling, weaponization, smear campaigns against us, your bullying campaigns, you're failing. You're crashing out. And you know, it's too bad because we thought that you were better than the woke left. We thought that you at least had some intellectual capacity and some integrity, that it's like, okay, all right, we're not popular on this. We're on the losing side of this. Let's just be humble and let's just step back. This isn't the populist issue. This isn't the populist victory that we think it is. So, okay, let's just be humble and let's step back. No, they can't help themselves. They double down. They triple down. And they just turn into monsters. I mean, Laura Loomer has turned into a monster. I'm like, when did this happen? Or was it always like this? So it's absolutely crazy to witness it. And I'm glad. It's happening. It's good for the country. Country needed this. It's about time we stood up. Yeah, we stood up to the woke left and we beat them. Now we're standing up to the woke right and we're going to beat them too. We're not going to be cowards. We're not going to fall down. We're not going to melt. Oh no, don't name call me. Oh no, don't smear me. It's crazy. What else do we have here? We got some Olympics. Oh, yeah. Did you see this one? I'm telling you, folks, I think this is a setup for Trump to be impeached. U.S. military says 2 killed in boat strike, 1 survivor. The U.S. military conducted a strike against another alleged drug trafficking boat in the eastern Pacific Ocean on Monday, killing 2 people with 1 survivor. This is actually the second boat in the last 10 days or whatever, the second boat recently. They've killed 121 people in these operations. Folks, I think that this is the setup. I think this is the setup to impeach Trump. So you can talk about, do you support the boat strikes? Do you support the war on drugs? We're just killing, drug traffickers, narcotic traffickers, whatever. It's like, okay, have that debate. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the setup to bring Trump down with impeachment. That's what's going to happen. Somebody is giving bad advice to Trump, and they're telling him that it's all okay to do this, probably because Obama did it. And they're saying, hey, Obama did it. You'll be fine. No. When the Democrats win the midterms, they will impeach Trump, and they will use these boat strikes, and it actually might stick, folks. It actually might stick. And so, again, forget about what you think. You can support it or not. I'm telling you, they will use this to impeach Trump. And Trump got set up. They didn't have to strike the boats. They could have easily sent a team out there to abscond the boats and show us the evidence. Why didn't they? Because they're setting Trump up. Don't be so naive. You guys really think that Trump defeated the swamp? Just because Trump has become the establishment doesn't mean that there's still a swamp that's not out there to get him. He was one of us at some point in time. And maybe he still is. I'm telling you right now, this was a setup to impeach Trump. Don't doubt me on this. Now, we'll see what happens. But just ask yourself the simple question, folks. Why wouldn't they go and take these boats and show us the evidence and arrest the drug traffickers? Why? Why not? Because somebody's giving Trump bad advice, and they're setting him up to be impeached. Hope I'm wrong. But I doubt it.
You're listening to the Owen Report on the Win Network.
All right, guys, I want to take this quick break here with an old song from Isaac Cappy. May he rest in peace. He was probably killed because he was telling the truth.
Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh, boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Reverend Cappy's Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon is going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens of islands.
Isaac Cabby.
It's the fastest 3 hours on the internet. It's the Owen Report with Owen Schroyer.
All right, guys, would you like to know how I pulled this off? Would you like to know how I was able, in that short break, to go downstairs and get a fresh cup of piping hot coffee? Would you like to know how I pulled that off? Well, some of you might already know. Others might be stunned. How did he do it? How did he just go down there in just 2 minutes, come back with a piping hot cup of coffee? Well, that's because of the premium instant coffee from blackoutcoffee.com/Owen, the official coffee of the Owen Report. That's right, folks. All you need is hot water and a packet of premium instant coffee from blackoutcoffee.com/Owen. Ready in seconds. I just showed you. Ready in seconds. Pretty convenient, huh? Pretty convenient. Premium coffee instantly. The best premium coffee out there. In fact, there's really nothing else to compare it to. There is no other instant coffee that actually tastes like premium coffee. Only from blackoutcoffee.com/Owen. You've been hearing us talk about Blackout Coffee for a long time, the official coffee of the Owen Report. If you're not sold, if you're still not sold and you're not convinced that this is the coffee for you, let's try to get you across the finish line. Coupon code Owen at checkout, 20% off your first order. How about that? 20% off your first order with coupon code Owen. By the way, they do have a volume discount sale happening right now on the premium instant coffee. I just had to bust it. I got 4 boxes. I'm now down to 3. So actually, I even had to open up a fresh box. So add in that time. I had to go downstairs, open up a fresh box. That's like a couple extra seconds, folks. And I was still able to beat the music, still able to beat the break. Does it get any better than that? First order at blackoutcoffee.com/Owen. Coupon code Owen. Good for 20% off. Blackoutcoffee.com/Owen, the official coffee of the Owen Report. All right. Oh, man, we still got a lot, guys. We still got a lot. We still got to get to the super chats. Not too many super chats today. Yes, well, I did Harry Cole earlier. We did about an hour pre-tape with Harry Cole for his show, Harry Saves the West. Immediately after this show today, I'm going on with Maria Z and the Vigilant Fox. What else do we have here, guys? Hey, by the way, you probably saw that, the entire group of people attacking Carrie Prejean Bowler. Like, that was the big controversy, that they were having a debate over really what was foreign policy or even theology, that somebody would dare, a Catholic, a Christian would dare have that debate and not just be a total cuck, a total slave and take the knee. How dare she? So that was the big issue. That's funny because you didn't hear about this. You didn't hear about this. This seems way more controversial, guys. Listen to this.
Societies that fail to protect their Jews, or worse, turn against them, often hasten their own decline. Ancient Egypt enslaved the Jews, oppressed them harshly, and defied their cries for freedom, only to be broken by devastating plagues that struck at the heart of its power. Babylon razed Jerusalem, exiled its people, and soon vanished from history's stage. Mighty Rome crushed the Jewish quest for self-rule, destroyed the temple, only to fade into the history books. These are not coincidences. They form solemn, recurring patterns. Societies that oppress the Jewish people sow the seeds of their own erosion. America's extraordinary success flows from its historic embrace of Judeo-Christian values. I offer my assistance to this commission and the White House, recommendations, implementation, whatever is needed. This is the hill I am willing to die on. I'm Yisrael Chai. Thank you.
Oh, he makes sure to show his loyalty to a foreign country. So America is now being threatened with plague and destruction if you don't serve Jews. Now, how is that not the more controversial thing instead of a theological debate? Isn't that the whole thing, like a religious liberty panel? Like, we're having theological debates, we're having philosophical debates, we're having spiritual debates, and then this guy comes in and says, if you don't serve Jews, we're going to destroy your country with a plague. By the way, that's Old Testament. We're Christians. We believe in the New Testament of God and Jesus Christ, so that doesn't really work on us, but interesting. By the way, guys, monitoring things here, mostly the Goy Olympics here, to try to keep myself sane as all this craziness is happening here. I might need to do double Olympics. It's getting so crazy. Okay, but jokes aside, the first time, by the way, so, you know, we're obviously in my studio here. I have this basically this exact same setup downstairs. My living room is basically a studio too. Actually, I have more of these setups. I have multiple of these setups in my living room. I could maybe do a sneak peek. My point is that I'm monitoring this stuff 24/7, guys, in my house. First time I've ever seen it, they just actually showed actual files from the Epstein files. They actually just showed email communications for the first time in the mainstream media, in the network news. For the first time, they actually just showed the files on the screen. I have not seen that once. Now, of course, they're using it to attack Howard Lutnick, fair or foul, regardless. First time I've ever seen it, guys. It just happened for the first time. By the way, and now they're talking about the spy network he had in his home. This is his little spy room with all the hidden cameras and the video surveillance room. This is in Epstein's mansion here. Wow. MS Now is actually sharing the Epstein files today. Holy smokes. Meanwhile, Fox News is playing the clip of Caroline Leavitt saying we're done with Epstein. And CNN is going with whatever the fake BS from the Guthrie thing is lately. Wow. So, guys, let's do that. Let's go. This was Caroline Leavitt, White House press conference today. Caroline Leavitt.
And that remains true. And this call, if it did happen, corroborates exactly what President Trump has said from the beginning. And I'm sure many of you, when you read that alleged FBI report, probably thought to yourself, wow, this really cracks our narrative that we've been trying to push about this president for many years. So we're moving on from that. Reagan.
See, this is the problem. By the way, where's your crucifix, Caroline? You don't like to wear it when you're covering up for pedophile networks? This is the problem. And whatever, it's Caroline's job, so we'll see how much longer she wants to keep it. But this is the problem. The right wing now has Trump derangement syndrome. The right wing now has Trump delusion syndrome, where they think everything is about Trump. So for them, it's like everything that they do is through the lens of Trump and how can I help Trump or defend Trump or whatever. And they don't understand. It's like people were coming after me today And you know, you're a regular listener of the show. Have I used the Epstein files to go after Trump? No. No, I've talked about the DOJ. I've talked about the administration. In fact, if anything, it's mostly neutral. But if anything, I'm kind of like, this is Trump being blackmailed. This is them trying to use them against Trump. This is the DOJ not even working for Trump. So if I'd say my coverage has mostly been neutral and fair as far as the Trump angle is concerned, and I get attacked. They're like, you're not defending Trump. You're attacking Trump with this stuff. I'm like, you clearly aren't even following my coverage. This is the problem. They think everything is about Trump now. They think every single thing is about Trump. So I can't even go through the Epstein files and say, hey, what is this jerky reference? They think it's about Trump and they say, we're moving on. It's not about Trump. This is not about Trump. This is about whatever the hell Epstein was doing. Blackmailing, money laundering, sex trafficking, cannibalism. That's what this is about. The right wing, all of these people now have Trump derangement syndrome. And it's worse than the left now, by the way. The Trump derangement syndrome on the right is now worse than it was, or is maybe, would be more accurate, than it is now on the left. They think everything is about Trump. How can they make everything about Trump? And how can they turn everything into either a defense of Trump or a support of Trump? This isn't about Trump. This is about a pedophile network. This is about a blackmail network. This is about sex trafficking and innocents and minors and children and whatever the hell beef, whatever the hell jerky and grape soda is. That's what this is about. This new right-wing Trump cult, they have worse Trump derangement syndrome than the left now. And so because of it, they can't even be honest with themselves. They can't even like comprehend what's going on in the world around them because all they can think about is Trump. Wild stuff. Now, they're not doing themselves any favors by saying we're moving on from it. But that's where they're at. Now, let me try to get into some of these leftovers from yesterday. So these Super Bowl commercials, by the way, guys, we are getting all your super chats. We don't read the super chat till the end of the show. So I don't know why these guys, they're sending these tests. We read the super chats at the end of the show. So we are getting your super chats. All right. I keep seeing you guys are paying $2 to say test. I could stop you and keep taking your money, but I feel bad. We are getting your super chats. Okay. All right. So you don't need to send the test. We got it. We got the super chats, guys. It's okay. I don't know. People are saying it's getting censored there. We'll check it out. We'll check it out when we get to the super chats. I'll deal with that then. So you had these Super Bowl commercials. This is all more divide and conquer against white people. Now, see, if I tell you who produces these commercials, well, you know what happens. You're not allowed to talk about who produces the anti-white commercials. Now, if it's a liberal, if it's a leftist, then it's okay. So this is a Redfin commercial. You can look into who runs Redfin, and this is what they get.
Hi there. This is one. Bye. I know it's hard, sweetie, but you'll still see Dad.
Who is that?
Frankie, stop.
Big storm coming in.
Oh, the evil whites aren't friendly to their neighbors that aren't white. I mean, give me a break.
Where are you? Frankie! Frankie!
Thank you so much.
Oh, and the non-white person saves the day and beats the bigotry of the white.
Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Some more anti-white propaganda from a non-Christian. We got another one, actually. You know what, though? Let's skip it and go right to this. Because you probably saw the blue square ad where it depicts a white bully against a Jew, and then the black person comes in to stand up to the evil white bully. So this is what we were trying to play. So, it's funny. We told you this was going on. They said it was a conspiracy theory, but yet here they are on CBS, and they ran this package for their Super Bowl coverage. Here they are on CBS admitting that Israel is running a social credit system on the internet based off of your posts. Folks, I'm telling you, this is so incredible. Watch this.
Inside the Patriot Stadium, a command center of stats tracking hate speech online. It shows where it's coming from, the time of day, and how it's trending, especially among younger people.
We saw that not only is hate and anti-Semitism growing across the country, it's disproportionately growing on college campuses and in high schools.
Which is part of the reason Kraft says he partnered with the United Negro College Fund and the Jewish organization Hillel International.
So they now see all the Israel propaganda is failing, and all the divide and conquer amongst the Christian communities here, Hispanics, blacks, whites, all the divide and conquer is starting to fail now. And they're all very negative on Israel. They're all very anti-Israel now. So here they come in with the Israel propaganda to once again divide non-whites from whites.
To host unity dinners throughout the country.
So let's get to it.
Baruch College students Aiden Herzlinger and Akish L. are among the more than 450 students who've attended at least one of the dinners.
What do you talk about at these dinners?
The dinners are about finding commonalities between the black.
So see, folks, just listen to this.
Commonalities between the black community and the Jewish community. So we really talk about anything and everything. It's not just about politics and opinions. It's about treating each other as humans.
We mainly talked about our families, why we have communities, and how our communities are similar more than different.
Why?
This is pure subversion against white Americans and against Christian Americans on CBS, run by Barry Weiss now. Pure, 100% in a Super Bowl package. Can you believe this? So they admit that they're monitoring social media and building a social credit score, spying on everything you post. And then they can see, hey, look, white Americans, black Americans, Hispanic Americans, Christians, all of them are pulling negative on Israel now. How do we divide them back up and get them on our side? Oh, I know. Let's remind black Americans that they are not with the whites. They don't have anything in common with the whites. They're victims like us, the Jews. They're the biggest victims like us. We'll bring them back onto our plantation. And then you see in the Epstein emails, they say this. This is why they buy out Jay-Z, to keep the black people on the plantation. This is pure divide and conquer. This is pure subversion. I'm not mincing words. I'm not backing down. I'm not cowering away. That is the God's honest truth, and everyone knows it. And you want to know what the real truth is? It's actually the Christians in this country that have the most in common, whether they're Hispanic, whether they're black, whether they're white. I will continue to tell this story because this is the truth, and this is our unifying factor beyond this disgusting subversion and propaganda that they run during a Super Bowl weekend package to divide and conquer America, aimed specifically at black Americans. You want to know the truth about unity in this country? First of all, it should be Christian, but fine, we'll play identity politics. You want to know what it is? Whites and blacks fought and died for this country in multiple wars. Whites and blacks fought side by side and with one another to create a better union, to create the United States of America. Whites and blacks, and they were Christians. And then, as the United States of America was expanding west, we fought with Mexicans too. We fought with Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, multiple wars. We then fought with Mexicans. And you know what? Ultimately, we all became Americans, and we're all Christians. And that's what unifies us. It is the whites and the blacks and the Hispanics that have fought and died for this country, for this land. Our blood is in this soil. This is our promised land. This is our manifest destiny. I'm not going to be sit here and I'm not going to get divided by people from the other side of the planet that want to use us for their own holy wars, that buy off our government, buy off our media, and divide and conquer it. I'm done. I'm done. And if you want to come here from any background and any part of the world, from any religion, you're more than welcome. We are the United States of America, and you can come here and become an American. But if you're going to come here and you're going to run subversive propaganda and divide my people in my country, you will be called out and we will not be bullied for it. This is pure propaganda. And I'm sick and tired of the right wing that had no problem calling out propaganda for years. The right wing that had no problem calling out propaganda and fake news and all the divide and conquer propaganda. No problem calling that out for years. And now all of a sudden they're silent. And now all of a sudden they have nothing to say. And now all of a sudden they don't want to talk about it and it doesn't exist. Not gonna happen here. And you're not going to bully us and intimidate us and name call us and smear us anymore. We're done. This is our country. And if you want to be a part of it, you better respect it. This is our country. This is our promised land. This is our holy land. And if you want to come here and be a part of it, you better not engage in divide and conquer tactics. You better not engage in propaganda and subversion for your own interests that exist on the different side of this planet. Not happening anymore. This is a war for the future. This is a war for America. That's what I care about. Not happening here. Your divide and conquer tactics will fail. And the more you crash out when we call you out, the faster we're going to win. How you like that? By the way, this is all going mainstream. So this is from Shay Kateri here. A report from YAF, Young Americans for Freedom, Nashville Freedom Summit. I know we got some YAF listeners or former YAF people in the audience here. So this is a report from the Nashville Freedom Summit. I would guess the room is 60-40 Groypers, non-Groypers. I don't know how accurate that is, but okay. I think we understand the interpretation here. So Groypers outnumbering the non-Groypers. And pretty much along the gender line, I've heard about 10 blatantly anti-Semitic comments. Probably true. There are 5 other Jews here, and they have also overheard comments. Michael Knowles was talking about the elite sucking the blood out the life of a country. They were playing a video about Ben Shapiro and the Holocaust, and at least 40 people were laughing. They're deaf, a lot of traditional conservatives, but deaf, not the majority. I've worn my star the whole time, and it feels just as bad as peak encampment. Good God. I did not think it would be nearly this bad at all. So you're there, and you don't like the commentary, and you're considering that as bad as peak encampment during World War III. So I guess you were exaggerating about all that then, if that's the case. But, of course, this is just a text, so take it with a grain of salt. The point is, folks, they're flailing, they're flopping, they're crashing out because they know it's over. Israel's free ride and Israel's propaganda and buying and owning our media and our government, it's all coming to an end. So they're crashing out and they're calling everybody an anti-Semite, and they're doing everything they can to try to get as much out of this country before the foreign aid and foreign war is over. And you know, it is a difficult topic because we do have to play within the lines to a certain degree, because we know what's going to happen when you talk about this stuff. And it isn't fair. It isn't fair to blame every Jew. It isn't, you don't want to play into their hand, because that's what the Israeli lobby does. They use American Jews that aren't political, might not even really practice the faith. They're just Jewish. And they use Jews that have nothing to do with any of this as political body shields. So they come in here and they lie and they buy, and then you say, hey, I don't like that. And then they just put some innocent Jew in front of you and they say, look at what you've done, you anti-Semite. So you got to be smart. You got to play the game. You got to be smart. You got to know the different tactics they use. But yeah, that's why they don't want somebody like Dave Smith running around, because he's an American Jew that doesn't share all the opinions of the Zionist and doesn't support Israel no matter what they do. So he has to be destroyed. They don't want that. See, it's all the same totalitarian mindset. It's all the same authoritarian mindset. Now, you may recall that about a year or so ago, I predicted when all of this happens that Israel was going to move into Asia. Who, guys, before I play this, who in the chat remembers that? It was kind of a viral clip, by the way. Back when I was hosting the War Room, I did a segment about how once Israel's time grifting off of America comes to an end, they're going to move into Asia and they're going to start trying to grift off of Asia. Well, the process has begun, ladies and gentlemen. The process has begun. So here's what you got. Why do people in South Korea love Jews so much? Oh, it's so great. And they're sharing this video now.
Why does everyone in South Korea love Jews so much? Everyone I've met in South Korea has read the Jewish religious book, the Talmud. I'm not even kidding.
I read Talmud I was in elementary school.
I'm Jewish and I've never even read the Talmud.
South Korea is on a peninsula bordering North Korea and near China and Japan.
Koreans are mainly Buddhist and Christian, and there are basically no Jews here. But for some reason, everyone I've spoken to has read the Talmud.
I read the Talmud when I was 7, and that book told me to be wise.
50 years ago, a book called 5,000 Years of Jewish Wisdom became a bestseller in Korea. This book talks about stories and lessons from the Talmud that help you live a successful life.
And many Koreans started wondering,
why are Jewish people successful?
Okay, so I'm in a Korean bookstore and I just found an entire section of the Talmud. So this is the Talmud. 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 And this is the Talmud. It's so fascinating to see a country that has adopted the Talmud and these teachings into their life. So they started reading the Talmud as a way to learn about the secrets behind the success.
They even created a comic book version of the Talmud that parents would give to their young kids.
I have read Talmud when I was in high school, and I could have so many wisdoms after reading this book.
I learned about working hard. That's the value.
And there are even private learning centers that teach the lessons of the Talmud to Korean students. They even follow a Jewish learning technique called Havruta.
I think one of the keys to coexistence is learning about different cultures and religions. And it's beautiful to see a country like South Korea embrace different beliefs in that way.
Ah, there you go, guys. There you go. Never doubt me, folks. Never doubt me, folks. All right. I had some Super Bowl slop. Left over. Hey, whatever. Korea's not my country, so fine. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not here to stand up for them, although they are our allies. Oh, my goodness. That was something, wasn't it? That was really fun. You guys really liked. Oh, yeah, they send their best. Oh, yeah, old Ayaja Mayrock or whatever her name is. Oh, yeah, they send their best, and they make sure that they got the, they got the girls out. They're letting you know. They got the, they're showing it off. They're giving you something to look at there. It feels good. It's all propaganda, by the way. I mean, that's literally ancient propaganda. Everybody loves boobs, okay? It's just true. It's the giver of life. Everybody needs them. So, yeah, they let you know. It's like, hey, South Korea, look at that. Yeah. Okay. You guys want some Super Bowl slop? This was from yesterday, but we had the sound issue. Let's go with some Super Bowl slop. Here's a, I noticed this. I didn't know any Bad Bunny songs. This is what stuck out to me about the performance, okay? This was like the one thing that stuck out to me about Bad Bunny's actual, music, let's say. And so somebody compiled it down into 30 seconds. This is what I remember.
Just for a while. Okay.
I thought the Super Bowl halftime show sucked. You have to understand that people have different opinions than you. So some people liked it. I thought it was awful. I didn't get any. The music sucked. The music was horrible. I will say whoever directed it was really good. I mean, what they basically did was they shot a live music video with the Super Bowl as a backdrop. And it was kind of The Weeknd that started that. So The Weeknd first did that a couple years ago, and now Bad Bunny basically kind of did it probably a little bit better. He used the whole halftime show was a live music video with the Super Bowl in the background. So whoever directed it, you got to give him props. That was a pretty incredible job, how they had that whole thing flowing smoothly, and they ended up putting together a pretty good music video. Now, the musical talent, aside from when they brought the horns in, there was none. I don't know how that guy's popular, I got to be honest. And maybe he's not, quite frankly, because nobody knows his music. It's like, why is this so hard, guys? And it's all because Jay-Z runs it and he wants to shove it in white people's face. He wants to destroy white culture. So he wants to put anybody on the stage that's not white. And then they want to run out here with a Puerto Rican flag and make sure they shove it in America's face. So it's like, okay, we know it's propaganda. It's like, whatever. Of course it is. Hopefully the NFL, I don't know when the Jay-Z contract expires. I would not be surprised if they don't extend it. I got to tell you, folks. I would not be surprised whenever that contract expires with JD's production company that they don't sign a new one and they go a different direction because they know it's a disaster. They know this thing is a disaster. It's horrible. Why is it so hard, though? Like, let me tell you what you need to do. And really, they've destroyed the entire Super Bowl with just all the garbage. It's just all the slop. The Super Bowl is just the super slop now. It's the worst game of the year. It's just total slop. Let me fix the halftime show for you. It's very simple. All right. Just roll out a stage and stop it with the field, too. Stop putting it on the field. Okay. There's a football game happening. All right. Stop putting it on the field. Stop with all the big giant stages and everybody on the field. Stop it. Roll out a stage. You can do it somewhere in the stadium where everybody can see it, because a lot of them have big, concourse areas, open air concourse areas, or just kind of put it on the sideline. Stop trampling on the field. Roll out a stage and tell Creed you got 12 minutes. All right? We're going to have a stage set up. It's going to take 5 minutes. The stage is going to be set up. You guys got 12 minutes. And then have Creed come out there, and they can play Sacrifice, and they can play Higher, and they can play all the hits. Just pick 4 or 5 songs, slam out the hits, and then get the stage off. You can do it in 20 minutes and then get back to a football game and not have some giant musical production where nobody knows the songs, nobody knows the music. The whole thing sucks. They make it all about them and doing a music video and ratings and numbers. It's that simple. It could be anybody. It could be Creed. It could be any band. Hell, make it Limp Bizkit. Make it Nickelback. There's plenty of bands out there that you can have do this. Hell, bring out the Dinosaurs, bring out AC/DC for one show. Just roll out a stage, give them the music, and let them play music that people know. I think the last time you actually had a band play, who was it that played? They brought Chris Martin out. Was that Prince? I forgot who it was. Somebody actually played music, and they brought Chris Martin out. The Rolling Stones. So it's just a total disaster, and that's what when they hired Jay-Z to do it, it was over. It was over. Once they gave it to Jay-Z, he was going to do anti-America, anti-white propaganda, and that's it. So that's what you get. But I wouldn't be surprised if they reverse course. I wouldn't be surprised if they reverse course whenever that contract is over and go a different direction, because this thing is just a disaster. I'm sorry. It's just a disaster. And everybody knows it. Look, some people enjoyed the halftime show. There's no denying it. And they can say the numbers were good and all this other stuff, but no, they're losing their fans. They're insulting their fan base. They're turning it into anti-American slop, which, they're trying to, the NFL's trying to tone down the anti-American stuff. This is why Colin Kaepernick and the knee doesn't happen anymore. So they're trying to have a little bit of both of it, but they know it's just too much now. They know it's just too much now. Slipknot. Bring out Slipknot. I'm dead serious. Metallica. I mean, come on. This isn't difficult. Bring out a rock band that plays music. Hell, the best part of the show is Lady Gaga. At least she's a talented musician. I'd take Lady Gaga playing the piano and singing for 12 minutes over the and humping the air and dudes humping and making out. Bring out Real Big Fish, or what's the name of that ska band? Bring out a ska band. Bring out music and people that actually have musical talent, not whatever the hell that was. And again, nobody even knows who Bad Bunny is. They went around before the concert and they were asking players about Bad Bunny. Listen to this. They don't even know who he is.
Bad Bunny song.
I already got one. Sorry about that.
I don't know who that is.
I never heard of Bad Bunny. I don't know who that is.
I heard performing at halftime.
But yeah, I don't know who it is. I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
Do you think they made a mistake?
I believe so.
So they asked a bunch of players. Nobody even knows who it is. How can you have a halftime show for the Super Bowl and nobody even knows who it is? Yeah, don't even get me started on the Bad Bunny lyrics. I don't even care. Rammstein? I mean, are you kidding me? System of a Down? Look at these guys. We got the chatters. The chatters understand what's up. The people in the chat can do a better job than Jay-Z. But again, it's all about anti-America, anti-white propaganda. So we can't be surprised at what they did. And at least Kendrick Lamar, kept it some patriotic value to it. Whether you like rap or not is your own decision. Bring out an actual band. Tool. Even Disturbed. I mean, come on. David Draymond signs missiles to bomb people with. We can at least have that. Volbeat, you guys got it. Look at this. The chat would do better than Jay-Z, but Jay-Z's not trying to do good. That's the point. That's the point. And I see the chat. Yeah, look at the white tears. Yeah, that's the point. I know you hate white people. You hate America. It's all about rubbing it in. It's all about rubbing it in. It's all about rubbing it in white people's faces, rubbing it in America's faces that, oh yeah, we're gonna make you suffer. We're gonna take your tradition, we're gonna take your culture, and we're gonna take a shit on it. Yeah, we know. Like, we know that's what you're doing. You're not like, thank you for admitting it. So that's what you get. Let's see here. Oh, boy. You know what? I probably need to get to the super chats. Save some of this for tomorrow. Oh, this is a funny one, actually. Did you guys see this with Cardi B? She got Cardi B tries to give a robot. Cardi B gets hired to debut this robot, and of course she has to make it about sex. And watch what happens. Notice how it's like she can't even walk. Her fake butt and breasts with the 6-inch heel, like this woman can't even walk. This can't be a comfortable life. You're seeing, look at this. She can't even walk. I like the robots now. Even the robots reject whores. Cheers to that robot. This, I don't even know what you call that. A stripper? I mean, that's a stripper. So here comes this stripper, starts sexualizing a robot. Even the robot ejected the slut mentality. I'm for the robots now. I'm cheering for the robots now. The robots are rejecting the slut culture more so than even the conservative right wing now. Or the Republican right wing, not the conservatives. There you go. There you go. Hey, remember that story about Israel blowing up a gravesite? Well, guys, now we know why. It was Hamas. You think it's a joke. Literally. So this account, Johnny Graz, predicted it. The IDF bulldozed part of the Gaza cemetery containing the war graves of British soldiers who died in World War I and World War II. This guy said Hamas had a base under those graves. Obviously, it's like, okay, you're partly joking. No! Elon Levy, deeply distressing. So is the fact Hamas fought out of a military tunnels under the cemetery. Folks, Israel blew up and bulldozed a cemetery and then said, oh, it was Hamas underneath. I mean, this is hilarious. Wow. Wow. It's not even over. Then he made the prediction that they'd say Epstein was Hamas, and now they are. Look at this. Now they're saying Epstein was Hamas. Oh. Are we having fun yet, guys? Are we having fun yet? That is just crazy. Now, did you hear about this Olympic scandal? We're going to go to the super chats after this. Did you hear about this Olympic scandal? Apparently, the medals are like, now this is not the first time this has happened. Here, just watch this real quick.
So there's the medal, and there's the ribbon. Here's the little piece that is supposed to go in the ribbon to hold it in the medal. And yeah, it came apart.
Some Olympians are celebrating their wins with broken medals.
It's real.
I broke it. After winning Team USA's first gold medal of the games in downhill skiing, Breezy Johnson showcased her medal, which had separated from its ribbon.
Do not jump in there. It broke.
Meanwhile, Germany's ski team were jumping in celebration when one member's medal slipped off its ribbon. And figure skater Alyssa Liu said her gold medal doesn't even need a ribbon. These medals are the most expensive in Olympic history, thanks to the price of gold and silver skyrocketing. Chief Games Operations Officer Andrea Francisci says they're looking into the problem.
And also, are these not the ugliest medals you've ever seen? That is just hideous. That's all you could do? Gross. I will not be surprised if they find out they just did gold on the outside and it's like steel or something on the inside. And I think that's why they're so heavy and that's why they're breaking apart. I think they faked it, folks. I think they faked it. I don't think it's real gold. I think they faked it, but that is just hideous.
Francisci says they're looking into the problem.
Siamo a conoscenza della situazione, abbiamo visto le immagini, ovviamente stiamo cercando di.
I've been very upset. I've been very upset with the Olympic coverage. It's been very bad so far. And you know me, I'm a TV, I'm a TV blowhard here. I'm a media critic. You know, I'm watching the Olympics. I'm not hiding from the Goy Olympics. It's fine. Give me the hard time. It's fine. I like the Goy Olympics. I like watching, you know, the best in the world compete. The TV production has been bad. This is one of the worst TV productions of the Olympics I've ever seen. It's been really bad. And it kind of goes into what I was saying before they started. I was like, where is the promotion? I don't know. It's very weird. They just totally basically abandoned these Olympics. No marketing, no buildup. The TV production has been really bad. Like, you can't even watch it. They don't even show you anything. There's like barely any coverage at all. It's all repeats. It's very strange, I gotta say. And ironically enough, they did great. The 90s Olympics coverage was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Even up through the early 2000s, phenomenal Olympic TV coverage. I mean, it was truly compelling television. This has been a flop. This Olympics coverage has been a flop. Like, they're not even trying, honestly. And you know what else is strange? So they're debuting now 4K cable, essentially. 4K cable. Folks, there's something going on with this. When they first started debuting HD television in the 2000s, I think it was like 2003, 2004, and it was, you know, ESPN and Fox that were really kind of groundbreaking at that time. And you may recall when it first started, they had the bars on the side because not all TV ratios were built. They were still 4:3 ratios, not 16:9 ratios. So when you were watching standard definition, they had the bars on the side. And then at some point in time, they had basically two different channels where you could tune into the 4:3 ratio or you could tune into the 16:9 ratio. And this is when HD television started to break through in the early 2000s. Still to this day, that is the best HD television that has ever been presented. I really don't understand it. So now they're debuting this new 4K for the Olympics coverage. And other networks are starting to debut 4K live coverage as well. ESPN has debuted it. Some of the networks have debuted it. They don't really use it very often. It's like one event, like a month or something. But they're building this up. Does anybody remember that? When they first started debuting HD television in the early 2000s, it was the best high quality picture that you've ever seen on live TV. And then it just like disappeared. It just like disappeared. And now you have to buy like a $30,000 TV to get anywhere near what they were giving you with a basic cable package in 2004. You guys remember that? We had a box. We had one of those old school box monsters, you may recall, at my house. And that was the best. It was a classic tube television. That was the best quality picture I've ever had on a TV. And it was an old box tube television, monster TV, basic cable HD. There's something going on with that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the conspiracy theory is here, but something's going on. They gave us the best HD TV in 2004, and they've never given it back to us. And now they're debuting this new 4K thing. Something's going on. I don't trust it. I don't know what it is, but it's a scam, and it pisses me off. Anyway. All right, that's your slop. That's your slop for the day. It's your Goy slop. Your Goy Olympics. Women's hockey beat Canada 5-0. Just enjoy it, guys. Just enjoy it. All right, super chats. Here we go. Came in a little late today. Das Vault. Now that the walls are really closing in, do you think Hillary was serious about putting Trump voters in re-education camps? What happens if a Democrat retakes the White House in 2028? I don't know. I can't tell you where the left goes from here, honestly. I'd like to think that they learned from their ways, but I'm not that naive. But I think if the left gets back in power, it's not as much going to be about political persecution. I think if the left gets back in power, it's going to be more about straight socialism and communism. I think that's what it will be if they get back into power. They really kind of went too far with the political persecution. And it's not even that they learned their lesson. It's that I just think that's just old hat now. I think if the left gets back in power, it's going to really just be about bringing socialism. I mean, real, true policy socialism. And everything else that comes with it. But I don't know. I don't know. That could include more could include more political persecution and political imprisonment. It certainly could. Twitter won't let me repost the stream. Yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on. I keep hearing about censorship of today's show. There's weird stuff that happens on X where like they won't even show the live stream. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that was going on today. People were saying YouTube was censoring comments today. Guys, I don't know. I'll have to go through the super chats. Maybe producer DMT has a message sitting for me in here. So I don't know. I keep hearing about this today. Yeah, I don't know. I got other people. So they weren't. I don't know. They're saying YouTube was censoring because they wouldn't let you send a super chat in. I don't know, guys. Are we sure it's not just an error today? Because the super chats are in. We got almost 50 to go through here. I don't know. We'll start going through it. We'll see what the conclusion is. I like swimming in the goy slop, though. Yeah, well, you don't want to swim in it too much. Cornelius Westernmost. Oh, and you've been teasing us with the cryptic allusions to signs of a new pandemic on the horizon. It's freaking me out because you are always right. Can you please connect the dots and lay it out for us? Well, you know what? Maybe they stopped it, at least an attempt. I mean, who knows what that biolab, who knows what that illegal biolab was that was tied into the Chinese communist and the Israeli that they released from jail. Maybe maybe they were going to use that to launch a pandemic. Maybe they're going to use the Olympics to start one. It's just, these are things. These are cards in the deck that we know that they play. And so we just got to keep our head on a swivel. We got to be aware of it. Corn Pop, partisanship. Have you ever spoken to Colonel Douglas McGregor? He's doing the National Conversation Organization. It's for the politically homeless. I'd love to see a conversation between you two. Big fan of Colonel Douglas McGregor. I think we've reached out before for an interview, never heard back from his people. I think I may have been in touch with somebody from his camp at some point in time. But have never been able to land that one. But he's great. He's fantastic, especially with Judge Napolitano. Captain Hard, my white brothers and sisters constantly being called racist for asking a question. It's the same thing they're doing for questioning Israel. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Just replace anti-Semitic with racist, and it's the same crap. Can't win an argument, call them racist. Can't win an argument, call them anti-Semitic. Same crap. Populism and nationalism will be outlawed globally. Well, not if we have anything to say about it. Mike, Christ is king regardless of the outcome. Amen. Owens MAGA bimbo. Israel was promised that oil 3,000 years ago, of course, or 3 hours ago. What difference does it make? Oregon outlaw. Any thoughts on USA leaving WHO? Then a handful of countries say they have cures for multiple diseases. Not sure if that's true or not. Or you got the one doctor that made the claim about pancreatic cancer, but he needs money to take the successful tests to the next level. So it's funny. He's out here begging for money. The U.S. just gave $20 billion in foreign aid, but this guy needed like 30 million and he couldn't find it anywhere. So what does that tell you? The U.S. leaving the WHO was a victory. That was a victory. That was a Trump victory. Mystic Maverick. Oh, and great analysis. Trump associates went to prison, but he didn't. Was there ever a real threat for him? He read the "You knew darn well I was a snake before you let me in" poem at his rallies. You know, I've got that sitting in my drafts. I've got a post sitting in my drafts. Who was the snake? Trump was talking about. I think it's time to maybe review it. USA East, thank you for the super chat. Scotty Gesso, do truth donations go here? I guess. Jordan Bentley's, never stop what you do. We are with you. Thank you. Can't stop, won't stop. They are bullying me in the super chat. I can't say anything good. Trump is one of them, 100%. Your super chats are being censored. There's the first one. Super chats are being censored. There's a second one. Christ is king. Comcast, NBC, Universal divested. MSNBC became MS Now. Still virtually the same. Iron Lunatic, thank you. Jordan Bentley's test. Alex McCarthy, test. What do you guys think? Do you think it was just some technical error or what? MJ vindicated. MJ vindicated, huh? Water snob Sam here. Super Bowl commercials sucked. Yeah. I wasn't paying that close of attention. But yeah, they're not good anymore. But that's because everything is PC now. Everything's PC. Everybody's a coward. You can't take any risks with Super Bowl commercials anymore. So that's what you get. DARPA made the internet. CIA made YouTube, from Andrew Lipinski. Owen's my baby daddy. Your child support is late. Come get it, bitch. So committing genocide gets you a credit score of, well, it depends on who's committing it. It's for some, it's a great credit score, actually. Thank you, Stephen Hancock. Molly Pearson, amazing episode today. America only. Thank you. Jose Navarro, need to investigate the origin of culture wars. Well, I'm not sure exactly what you're referencing. Didn't Charlie Kirk have a segment called Culture Wars for a minute? America only. Now we got to watch out for South Korean. They're just moving there. Bad Bunny deleted his Instagram account. What do you guys think that was about, by the way? I saw that. He has like 50 million followers. He just erased everything. What do you guys think that's about? There's been no explanation as far as I can see. It was odd. It's funny enough, they have the replay going on here. There was some, at the end of the show, did you guys notice, at the end of the halftime show, he was acting very strangely. It was weird because I saw that and I was like, this is weird. This is a weird way to act after the show. He seemed like very awkward and tense. I don't know what. I don't know if the things are connected or if I was just seeing things, but it's funny because I noticed that after the show. I was like, he seems really awkward and tense after that. That's weird. Bad Bunny is fruity blackout coffee flavors. I don't think so. I don't think they have that one. Maybe they could. Green Day really sucked. I caught the last couple of songs. Of course, you knew they were going to play American Idiot. They knew they were going to insult the country. You know, they couldn't help themselves. But at least they played music. You know, at least they played music. They were up there actually playing and singing. Unlike that grunting and gyrating trash that was ever the Bad Bunny show. The real question is, why does DARPA and the CIA, who made the internet and YouTube, want us to see this right now? DARPA made the internet after World War II. You know, that's a great point that I don't really talk about enough. Same with now. I've kind of talked about it with the Epstein files and the controlled selective release and redaction. But you do have to question like everything. Like, what do they want us to see? What don't they want us to see? What's a distraction? Like with the Guthrie thing. You know, they got this new angle. They got a body cam or they got a ring cam photo now. Like, what is... And again, there's more Guthrie stuff. I mean, look at this. It's all over the news. They're all running Guthrie all the time. So now you got this weird image. How did they get that? Why didn't they have that before? I thought it was all shut down. Where did they get this from? And they say it's from a video. Show us the video. Oh, now they're showing the video. Now we got the video. While the Epstein files are going around? Yeah. I'm not so sure. Bad Bunny is Pitbull without the talent and charisma. 1 of 1K. The Life Touch stuff with the yearbook photos is crazy. What are the odds they're using it as a menu? Well, I don't know what menu for what exactly, but no. Again, it's another one of these coincidences. Oh, this giant pedophile network connected into school photos. Like, come on. Rare clanker win. Yeah, we're talking about the champion robot that rejected the Cardi B slut dance. Valentine's Day is Saturday. Tacos for supper tonight. Unbelievable. Sam White, how about the opening ceremony? Demonic again. Yeah, I guess I didn't even cover that. I mean, literally a pentagram. I mean, probably the most satanic opening ceremony ever. And they've done wild stuff. They've insulted Christianity. They did the death cult one. Now they did just pure Satanism. I mean, just a pure pentagram Satanism opening ceremony. That was wild. They're not advertising the Olympics because they don't want patriotism to rise up, but they want to highlight ICE and purple hair protesters. That's a decent theory. That's a good, I could buy that. They don't want to highlight the Olympics because it's patriotic and it's nationalistic. I could buy that. Sorry, I didn't super chat more. It glitched forever. That's all right. Just bring the tacos. Hello, Kitty. Hi from East Tennessee. Owen Report and chat. I hope y'all having a terrific Tuesday. May I just say our politicians, as well as other Western countries, have made an effing mess of everything. I just hope they leave us, the younger generations, with something that's not a total mess. I have coincidence fatigue. Ha! That's a pretty good one. All right, before we sign off here, guys, we're gonna have to apply some pressure because I don't think I'm getting what I want. And so sometimes you have to apply some pressure. But I am not getting what I want here, guys. So obviously we have the shirt that I'm wearing, which I didn't even know. I did not even know when we made this shirt, the USA Tri-Blend t-shirt. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to make this happen now. I didn't know that they were going to use this logo for the Olympic hockey team now, but they went with the throwbacks. And so the U.S. hockey team is wearing this logo now. I wanted this for today's broadcast. I didn't get it. So now I got to apply pressure. We're going to have to call out the team because we don't have it yet. And I'm mad. We're going to revamp this shirt. So this version will probably be gone. We're going to revamp this shirt and we're going to try to make it like closer to what they've done with the jersey. And so it'll basically probably be the same thing, but we're going to put the shield on here and maybe something else as well to just spruce this up a little bit since they went with this jersey for the Olympics this year. So I already loved this throwback. So we're going to call this one, we're going to revamp this and we're going to call this the USA throwback shirt. It's the one I'm wearing today, but we're going to revamp it. We got the hoodies and everything else and the hats, but we're going to revamp it. And it's going to be the U.S. throwback shirt when we re-debut this. We have the U.S. Elite shirt up here as well. I think we got this one in red and white. Yeah, a bunch of different colors there. So I really like this one, but we're gonna revamp the one I have on today. We're gonna spruce it up a little bit. We're gonna spruce it up a little bit for the Olympics because I really like it. And we do. We have pride in America, and we're cheering for the country. I am. I told you, I cheer for the Goy Olympics. I like watching people that are the best in the world at what they do, and I'm rooting for America to win. So allow me my Goy slop. Allow me my Goy Olympics. All right, Owen Report signs off. 21-hour break, right? Yes, 21-hour break. Hey, guys, by the way, MTG on the show Thursday. Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the show Thursday. And as soon as I sign off here, I'll be going live with Maria Z and the Vigilant Fox. And then you can also catch me on Harry Cole Saves the West when he airs that show that we pre-taped about an hour earlier today. So there you go. Enjoy. God bless and Godspeed.